Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you once again for spending your Sunday evening with us for our DTX in-house Turbo tournament this week. I am joined by once again, our co-caster Flam, Residential Immortal. Thank you for being with us today, Flam. Absolutely. You make any crazy plans for St. Paddy's Day, or you do anything crazy for St. Paddy's Day? Fair enough. Absolutely. Well, it's a very exciting night tonight we have. Ty Man, I believe he is away from his keyboard right now. So we are... perfect. Thank you, Tyler. We have Ty Man as well joining us for the draft picks and the breakdowns on team composition. So thank you, Tyler, for joining us. I wanted to say... I'm glad to have you here, bud. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Green Step Logistics, as well as Wusong Gaming. They are once again extending their offer for tonight's promos. 10% off an order just by mentioning DTX. Once again, thank you for having us as your event tonight. And, well, Flam, let's take a look and see. The draft tonight looks really interesting just on who we have paired up round one. I believe it is BKB Hater and A-Carrot walking into round one, game one. Absolutely. It could be really anyone's match here. Also, from last week's event, I want to give a special shout out to our top three players in the league right now, with BKB Hater at 14 points, Chemical Zero at 12 points, and Game On also at 12 points. Once again, he was not in the first place team, but managed to rack up a bunch of those bonus points to secure the third place position. So congratulations. Flam, we have the 2 bonus points for this week. Do you want to go over those? Let me check here. How about now? We should be able to get some audio.
Test. Hopefully we have audio.
We'll know here in about a minute from the stream delay.
Okay. All right.
Take a look. Why don't you try talking and seeing because I have the audio registering on here for you.
Check, test. Do you have any, are you pulling audio source from...
Yep, they can hear you.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
So,
the bonus points this week, we have That Tickles, which is having 45% of the damage you take reduced. So building the right magic reduction or armor will help you get that challenge. It's 1 point, so it's a little more achievable. The next one is a little harder, and that's Hulk Smash. So having the most building damage in the game, only 1 person per game can get this, so it's going to be a bit competitive even on the same team. So that's worth 2 points. So make sure you build the correct armor or magic resistance items. Make sure you are focusing on those objectives, pushing those towers down, and you'll get those bonus points and secure a higher rank in the league overall.
Absolutely. Very exciting to see tonight. Like, a lot of those bonus points ended up really adding up on the tier list over here from what we saw on last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Who is it? Who do we have in the lead? The lead right now, again?
I believe it is BKB Hater and Chemical Zero that are the top 2 slots, and then Game On taking in 3rd place from catching up all those bonus points last week. So, but in the round ones for tonight, we do have BKB versus A-Carrot. It looks like they're going to be getting started here soon. Flam, I appreciate it. We'll talk to you once we get the draft going, and we look forward to hearing from you on some of these play-by-plays tonight.
Absolutely. Be back in a bit.
So we've got MR Alchemy versus Devs United.
Absolutely. But the big excitement here is going to be the A carrot coming in versus BKB hater. I expect a
That
lot of mid bands coming out. Really,
that
Centaur.
itself is like a lot of Hulk smashing going on between the two of them.
Absolutely. Really? Okay, this is a first with these guys. Normally we see them going head to head on their bands with the mid bands, but they're picking out some of the really solid cores here. We're actually seeing a little bit of back and forth here.
They're getting rid of 2 supports, 2 tanks. I figured that they should probably, Devs United should probably get rid of Faz's Monkey King. Tigerize, get rid of his Undying. A-Carrot, maybe ban out his Willow. Things like that. They don't want to deal with Mate's Centaur or his Tide, so they're banning tanks to deal with Mate. Phantom Assassin has been banned from the pool.
Very, very, very annoying heroes really picking him out over here. Like with the Witch Doctor control with his ward in the fight, and also, the pushing power from Warlocks, Golems, and Witch Doctor as well. Also knocking out Lich and Magnus here too. Like these are just really, really good, solid pickups on the bans right here. I think they're really trying to protect the team fight.
Yeah, Magnus is very, very disgusting just because RP does pierce spell immunity, so even if you BKB, you're still going to get hit by his RP. And he can just pick off people one by one with his Harpoon Skewer combo.
Pack 1, pick 1 silencer. I think this is one of the first silencers we've seen at any of the premier matches.
Yeah, he's generally not something you see. Now, Shadow Shaman, that's very popular. We see a lot of that.
So, do you think A-Carrot's team is trying to just pick up the remaining bands that they kind of want to play around by just getting this pick 1 silencer, just to kind of discourage any synergistic team composition for the Dire over here for BKB?
Yeah, I think that silencer is very good in this current meta. Oh, Gyro ban, okay. Clearly they've been watching me play Gyro.
The support Gyro for the win.
Oh, it's strong. It does a lot of damage. It's pretty powerful.
Especially in Turbo.
Yeah. Do like, what, 4k damage with a 30-second cooldown on your ult?
Insane. Good to hear.
We got Gyro being banned. Spectre's banned. Now that is actually not shocking to me at all. Spectre is a very strong late game, not so much early game. She's really not very good in the early game. She really struggles in the early game. Probably kind of like anti-mage. She's not expected to get kills. She's just expected to farm, and late game she just pick people off with her ulti. Undying has been banned. That is definitely not shocking to me because they're trying to ban everything that has like a slow or a root of some sort.
Another Lion pickup here. Like they have some really, really annoying backliners here on the Dire team here. So regardless of what BKB ends up taking right here, even if he goes even in the lane, which is not on his normal schedule, like the mid game is going to be very exciting to say the least between these two drafts, just off the supports alone.
The thing to keep in mind about Lion is Lion can mana drain 2 targets. So if they were to example, if Devs United picked like an anti-mage, that would be absolutely disgusting with Lion. They could
the one thing I'm concerned about here for Dire is Dire has 4 stuns or disables on just 2 of their supports.
Yep.
But also, Silencer pressing R just stops all of it.
Yeah. But Lion can also negate that with his shard. Even though it's not it's not 100% spell immunity anymore, it's like 80%.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Here he comes himself. The Ursa buff this patch. I feel like we're going to see a lot of Ursa this evening, especially with status resistance going into the Shadow Shaman and the Lion. The stuns and disables he can kind of just shake off, especially with his shard, giving the pounce, also activating Enrage.
Yeah, he can activate and rage like 4 or 5 times, and then if he wanted to be an even bigger pain, he could buy a Saint Yasha and get even more status resistance. There's just no point in stunning him at that point.
And if I'm correct, now the changes with Satanic, right? It also applies a basic dispel when activated?
Yes, it does. It does. It does dispel a basic. Yeah, it does.
Viper is
Viper.
very good here with the breaks, especially coming in on Dragon Knight over here. And a Razor to zap the damage. You know, these are two cores that don't really care about being silenced. I mean, it can be kind of annoying for the Viper, but Razor, once he presses his buttons, you know, he's already kind of doing what he's going to do. Oh, there we got the A carrot pick.
The Razor is very good versus Dragon Knight, very good versus Ursa. Razor's not the greatest against Silencer. Viper will definitely be good against Dragon Knight. He'll be able to break the Dragon Knight, take away his armor, might be able to burn him down.
Absolutely. But really, the Razor over here is like kind of what I feel is a really strong core pick for them. You know, once he has the tether off, you know, it can really zap the damage from the DK and the Silencer, even the OD, because does OD's imprisonment, it does not break the static link, does it?
No.
The one concern I have is the Ursa then, because the Ursa can stack the Fury swipes. He doesn't really care about losing his damage because all his damage comes from consistently going after the same person.
Yep. And especially when you get Battle Fury, like, he's really not going to care about that. He's going to hit multiple targets regardless.
I mean, still, the Razor pick here is still really good. It knocks out 3 out of the 5, potentially a 4 out of 5 based off the final draft, but I feel like Razor is kind of the best you're going to get out of the given pool that you have left, especially going into an Ursa OD.
Yeah, Sniper's been banned too, so they really don't want to do it the high ground.
I mean, they have the Lion and the Shadow Shaman. A blink on either of them can very easily close it out, but I don't think that those supports really want to go backlining into their core lineup here. Dark Will Ogre ban coming out on the Dire over here. You know, they don't want anything slippery that can't get away, or like a permastun.
Or Fear, or Root.
Do you think a Mars pick here could potentially close it out? Like, you know, keeping these people kind of locked in a positioning fight could potentially, like, keep them in a good situation? Do you think that's something...
I feel like Mars would be really good here because, again, Mars has stuns. Mars can just jump in, and Mars can negate, like, the majority of the damage because the weakness with Mars is you have to get behind Mars to actually do damage to him or break him.
The real question is where is Mars going to go on them? They have 2. We have the OD that can go mid, Ursa at safe lane, Dragon Knight off lane. They need another range type like core or support to really fill out this team. Otherwise, they're going to get steamrolled because they have the Viper and Razor both being ranged into this. And even Lion and Shadow Shaman are ranged, so they can really focus on the harass. Like whatever lane Silencer is not in over here could very easily be closed out.
That's very true. No, I think, as I said, I think Mars would be good if they can, like, position Mars to where he jumps in and just, like, gets 4 of them. At least if he gets, like, 3 or 4 of them, they can just clean up because the Silencer can silence, the Dragon Knight can run in, the Ursa can start mauling, and the OD can just start R'ing and auto-attacking and imprisoning people, stealing their mana.
That's true. It's basically they get a second BKB with the Silencer because Silencer can ult and they don't have to worry about any of the spells. They can reserve the BKBs on the Dragon Knight and the Ursa. And there it is. There it is. That's what we're looking for to finish rounding out this team. Another range support.
And
Rubik as well. Very good pick over here on the Dire, but I really feel like they've very much rounded out, you know, the team composition on Radiant over here. I am leaning very much towards A-Carrot on this game.
Yeah, they got Oracle. Oracle's very tough to deal with, especially if you can't get to him. Like, he can just keep the whole team alive.
Well, Tyler, we'll have to see what happens on the game. I do appreciate you sitting with us. and we'll get to you after the game. For those of you watching, if you want to check in, Tyler will be sitting in our DTX chat answering any of your questions. Feel free to add us on Discord, Discord/DTX. Feel free to join us in here. We'd love to have you.
That is correct.
We'll talk to you later, Tyler. Let's get Flam back in here.
Yep, sounds good.
Hello there, Galix. So you're favoring A carrot in the draft. I actually have different opinions. I think this OD pick is going to be as terrifying as always. Pure damage against against Viper. Even the Razor Link he doesn't really care about so much because a lot of his damage comes from his spell, his Arcane Orb, which obviously Razor can't drain. Maybe the one thing they have going is the Viper Strike will later in the game prevent the OD Ags from going off, which is nice. And is of course a really nice way to kill DK2, but I just don't see them having the sustained damage to finish off these kills. I think this is going to be a BKB stomp all the way through.
I feel like you know what you're talking about. However, like looking at it from my perspective, I really am in favor. Like I feel like they have a very, very well rounded out team on A carrot. A lot of people, you're also assuming that everyone is playing this game perfectly at the same time as well. Like we have a very wide skill gap and a very wide range of different players at different levels. So while we do have a very stacked and level of experienced teammates, people make mistakes. Dota 2 is a game of mistakes, and you just have to make less than your opponents. I feel like if we're looking at a fundamental level, like I really do favor the Radiant in this lineup. But I'm prepared to eat my words.
Oh, I mixed up the teams. It is A carrot's team that has OD, so okay. I totally yeah. So we're on the same page.
Yeah,
speaking of people making mistakes. So
well, absolutely. Let's tab into the game now.
Because we do see that BKB hater is on Rubik. So is this a Rubik mid? That's pretty exciting. If so, that is pretty nice. Uh-oh. Bit of a weird. Did somebody hit the camera icon on the in the casting thing?
I'm sorry, what?
If you hit the camera icon in the broadcast channel, then it prevents you from using in-game controls, unfortunately.
Do you have to disconnect?
It won't be fixed if I disconnect. It's fine. We'll go through the game. Do you have any of the controls available?
I have full control.
Okay, so it'll be good. It'll be fine.
Anyways. They're looking at each other. The smoke has popped on a lot of them. A-Carrot hiding out in Roshan's house when he is not home. There are two ships passing in the night. Neither of them wants to engage over here. Who's going to get this top rune, I feel, is going to be the major engagement here. Oh, not a whole lot of action going on over here.
So it looks like they'll just trade bounty runes.
Once again, game on, collecting a lot of points from last week, specifically just getting the extra bonus points. I'm very excited to see how they're going to perform with A-Carrot this week.
This
looks like it's going to be Tiger Eyes off lane with the Dragon Knight.
I think this is a pretty painful lane for Ursa.
I
think Dragon Knight also is going to suffer against the Razor. I think laning phase in the side lanes looks good for Dire, but we'll have to see if the OD can deal with the Rubik. OD very annoying to lane against, of course. Already we're seeing A-Carrot is suffering, taking a lot of damage just trying to get the first wave of last hits.
The good news is that they are pushing up under tower, so everyone changed their name to the Ursa over here is able to secure some of the last hits over here, putting him in a position for a bad rotation. Green Ganja goes ahead and gets the first pick off. Could potentially go out on Tiger Eyes as well. He's taking a lot of damage. Damage reduction going out with the fire. Gets to walk out of there. Green Ganja, low mana, but does get the kill.
Solid first blood. This Razor Shaman lane, very deadly. The moment you get linked and Shaman shackles you, you don't have a lot of recourse.
Ursa's got a couple of Fury Swipes, does not continue to engage.
Yeah, Lion doing a nice job using the trees to escape and reset. Looks like doesn't have a lot to do since he hasn't de-blocked this pole. But there's Mad Viper getting those poison stacks up. And of course, Viper here, the more health you lose, the more damage he does to you with his passive, his innate, the Predator. So you really don't want to be at half HP or lower in this lane. You really want to keep yourself topped off, but he's already burned through a full set of tangos. He had to buy himself another one. He's going to keep going. Treads up on the Razor in top lane, so even more of a threat. They could go for a kill shortly here if Tigers and Asco de Gamma step up for this next creep wave and don't watch the shackles.
Does get the stun off, but he's got a lot of healing from the Oracle over here. Probably one of the best supports you can have into this lineup in the bottom lane, just because the magic immunity and the healing. The disable is also really good. Ooh, could potentially go down.
Dangerously low.
Get out. Get out. Gets out right before the acid spray finishes him off. Very close call there. Faz getting the
Meanwhile, it's
a
race to 6 in the mid lane. A-Carrot having to hide in the trees because Rubik is 6. He can steal imprisonment and get a kill on the OD if he shows, so he cannot actually last hit this wave, unfortunately.
He is leeching the experience, trying to get to level 6. There it is right now. He could potentially turn this very quickly. He could save him off. Can he get the imprison? He does have the banish. He could potentially get this off.
It's a bit of a risk.
Oh no! Oh, so close! BKB Hater immediately grabs the ult back, but it doesn't do anything because of the intelligence difference. Green
OD has more mana than you. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's a fight to the death. A-Carrot falling to the poison stacks, and it looks like it might be a double kill even. Faz taking damage from that Predator. Just a couple more poison, and that's going to be enough. He's going to dive the tower.
Could Faz heal himself up before the pulse? No! Unfortunate.
You cannot purge the poison. He did not.
I think
he didn't purge it. He
put himself below the threshold right as the burst damage came through. If he was just half a second sooner on that, he might have survived.
Pretty unfortunate.
Viper level 6 now. That is scary. That is very scary when you're a level 4 Ursa.
Yeah, they've lost this bottom lane. Especially once we get level 6 on the line, too. You just can't stay here.
A-Carrot rotating up to the top. Could potentially come in and get a kill.
He doesn't have a rune or anything, so this feels a little bit, maybe, optimistic. He doesn't even have his ulti.
Well, A-Carrot is looking at his team lineup right now, and he's like, look, we need to get the level lead on my Dragon Knight and on the Silencer here, because that's who I need to fight around the teams. He's looking at this team lineup like he could potentially, oh no, he goes bottom with BKB coming into the back line. He gets the zap off onto Tiger Eyes, gets the stun out, could potentially be devastating for Tiger Eyes. Asco de Gamma is running out of here. He goes through the pit, gets picked up, gets lassoed. Down he goes with a double kill for Green Ganja.
Yeah, the Dire saw all of the OD rotation. They have wards in the river and right by that tier 1, south of the pole camp. So they saw him come in and hide in the trees. They saw the moment he left, and Rubik was there to pounce the moment he left. So
that's
kind of an unfortunate, unfortunate use of time that ends up much favoring the Rubik, though. He does have level 9. He just hit it, so he has a slight experience advantage.
Ooh, does get the pip off. He does have the high ground vision over here. A-Carrot is in a low spot right now, has a full wand, does get some pips off. He could potentially imprison this. He needs to buy 13 seconds against the Rubik, but I think Rubik can very easily turn this down. He is low mana, but easily, once he gets a charge from Astral Imprisonment, can very much get the intelligence to really turn this fight.
If OD steals his mana, he won't have the mana to cast it, I believe. But no, Rubik beats him to it.
Oh, gets a regen rune top. Oh, never punished. Greed is never punished.
Very unfortunate. Top lane, Razor's linked and found another kill on the Silencer, and it looks like the DK soon.
DK does get the Fire Blast off, which might save him in the long run of this, because he is not taking as much damage as he potentially could. Is there going to be a rotation coming in? They are diving underneath. He is pinging it. OD is pinging that he is coming in. He's rotating in. He can potentially turn this on high ground. Tiger Eye circling back in. Oh no, does not know. He does not know that Game On is circling down on the low side and catches him out. A-Carrot coming back in. Very low health. Teleport coming in from Acosta. He can very much silence and turn this down. Bunch of damage coming out. Can they get the kill? Ult goes out and he goes down. A-Carrot almost goes down for it as well. BKB Hater coming in, circling in from behind, can very easily turn this out. The silence goes off to keep him in a good position over here. He's trying to buy some time for his team to get back up. Rubik just drops him. Tiger Eyes is not even level 6 over here. He is going to go down and get banished. BKB walks out with a free kill over here, but the OD does get to walk away for another day.
Simultaneous skirmishing in the bottom lane. We do have level 6 online. He has Finger of Death ready. We have Oracle ulti was used to save the Ursa, who is walking away to the jungle now to try to find safer farm. You do not want to be Viper Strikes. You will die in this lane. So he knows that he's probably going to be in the jungle for a while, and we'll just leave Oracle to soak the XP. Meanwhile, Rubik getting first tier 1 tower mid and continuing to basically free farm this lane.
Now,
It's a lot of pressure on the OD.
Speaking for our viewers here at home, like, you've lost your top lane, you've gone even in your mid lane, and you've lost your bottom lane. What does Radiant need to do here in order to try and better their chance for winning?
The biggest advantage Radiant have is that nobody on the Dire is very good at farming. Rubik can farm if he steals the right spells, but like there's nobody who's going to build Battle Fury in flash farm jungle camps. Like Dragon Knight can do
Very
with his
good
ulti, like
Sorry,
Ursa can do with Battle Fury.
As the Duke of Juke strikes again, dodging all three of these guys. But sorry, you were
in the
saying?
trees, staying alive for now. So, if they can just delay the game until Ursa gets Battle Fury, and then hold out, delay some of these pushes on the tier 2s without committing too many deaths, too many snowball kills for the enemy team, eventually they're going to come out on top, because Ursa's just going to have the full brunt of Battle Fury farm, finding farm in safer places on the map. And in these late game team fights, the Dire is all this single target stuff, right? So if you just Oracle ulti the person who gets a Viper striked, and they live long enough, you should win the team fight afterwards, especially with the power of Silencer, the global silence, and OD's control with Astral Prison. So it's going to be tough for another 10 minutes here, I'd say. But if they could just make it, and if they can not lose the game by 20 minutes, slowly and slowly, the fights will start to get easier and easier as Ursa finds more farm, as DK gets harder and harder to kill. But until then, it's going to be...
now out on the Razor over here. Very, very huge power spike for them. Does get the 2 pickoffs on the Oracle and the Dragon Knight, but it looks like they are listening, because they are doing what they can to keep their Ursa alive.
Yeah, I might even get some mobility item on the OD, like a Blink Dagger up, and just work on pulling and cutting waves. OD not a great wave clearer, unfortunately. So maybe Dragon Knight's a better person to do this, is like go behind enemy lines, use the Dragon form to quickly clear waves, and then get out with the Blink Dagger. And just slow down those
They
pushes.
find a pickoff on the Ursa down here. He is cornered by 4 of them chasing him, and over here they can potentially trade the Ursa for the Viper. Ursa's going to try and go through the portal over here, gets immediately hexed off by car accident, still gets off because it's a hex and not a stun, so Ursa gets to walk away. Meanwhile, they get the pickoff on the Viper over here. Very well played by the Ursa over here, putting himself in a really good position, but he could potentially go down to this. Oh no, he doesn't get the leap up into the water. I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon.
Yeah, no chance for OP there to get off his ulti even. Just the stun stacking, the layering of all the crowd control. Ursa does not like this. He's going to get his shard eventually. His Aghanims, which should help with that. Because then he can cast out with his shackled. But interesting interaction there, seeing that the Hex does not cancel going through the gates. You have to remember that. It's kind of a niche little thing that might happen from time to time. But he almost got away because of it. Still finding the Viper kill mid, huge. Mate going to be suffering, dying as a Viper, which should be the tankiest part of the game for him. We just that pure damage coming through and the Orchid on the OD. We're starting to see OD maybe do his thing in this game. He is 4-0 despite losing all the lanes. OD is still a threat and is still going to be able to deal insane AoE damage once these big team fights happen around the high ground when they're trying to push tier 3s. And we're probably going to see more and more kills going his way. And once he has Ags, BKB, Blink, you're not going to be able to kill him. You have an Oracle ulti to contend with as well. So this is what they wanted. It still looks painful. It still looks like they're very behind. But a step in the right direction. A sign of life.
Once again, taking in that top tier 2 tower on the Radiant side, rotating in potentially to try and get a pickoff. They do see the Oracle, or they see A Carrot over here. They're pinging him. They want to try and engage. A Carrot's going to try and engage Hero, but he doesn't see the green Ganja's over. Is he going to try and bail out? He's not. He's stunned. He's lassoed. He's gripped. He's silenced. There's so much coming out. He gets a couple of shots off on the Rubik, but Rubik gets to walk away. Green Ganja going back in on the silencer, potentially get some kills out. BKB goes out. The Faz root does not do anything. Oscar Nakama, he does have the BKB on him from Faz over here. He's still right-clicking, trying to get the damage in, but Faz is healing up. He just completely ignores the Oracle kill over there, and Acosta gets to walk away scot-free. Oh no,
don't
Faz
want to give up too
overextended.
many kills.
Overcorrected, got on the brakes, it goes down as well. The Dragon Knight's also going to drop as well. So much damage going out, but not enough to close the gap.
Yeah, it was okay giving up the OD kill there, even if it was a little clumsy of an initiation. Looks like they're maybe not all on the same page with the Silencer ulti and the Dragon Knight stun being nearby. But if it was just OD you died, during all of this you have OP with the Battle Fury, who's farming. He's farming this safe lower jungle now, and he is going to start pulling ahead. Feeding those other 2 kills though feels a little unnecessary to me. So definitely a step in the wrong direction now. We're back to square one, I would say.
I mean, we have this happen a lot in some of our turbo lobbies when we get the randoms, or we have just some of our less experienced players that just, they see the little bit of farm that sticks out right below the staircase, and, they want to try and extend and grab it, but they don't realize how quickly a fight can turn, especially against a Rubik and a Lion, and like just the perma lockdown with the Rod of Atos. Like a little bit of farm quickly turns into a lot of farm for the enemy team just off a simple slip up.
Yeah, you need to understand that sometimes it's just not worth it to get that farm that feels so accessible, but is really an eternity away in terms of safety and game progression. We do have a little bit of vision weakness on the Radiant. They're trying to fix that right now. Faz is rotated out, got a nice Roche ward, so they're setting up for contesting Roche during the next nighttime, potentially. And they're going to concede this tier 2 bottom, which is the right play. It's just not safe to defend with a 13k net worth difference. Odie will even get a tier 1 mid and top in trade, so not so bad.
Ursa getting
Shaman
closer
does
and
still have
closer
his
to
wards
his BKB as well.
Yeah. Once he has BKB, he can just ignore all this crowd control and kill Shaman, kill Lion in the backline so easily. They did drop the big Shaman ward on this tier 3 push, so it is a little scary. They might lose a Rax here.
No, Fortify's going out. They could potentially go into this. They do have the Silencer ultimate right now. They could very easily contest this. Banishment goes out with that cast range on the Rubik over here. Hey, OP is going to clear this out. They have the silence going up. They can very easily close this gap. They have one underextended right now. Mad A can potentially go out. Car Accident Fragrance gets the stun off, gets the Hex off, gets the BKB off going off on Green Ganja. He is going in. He is going to win. BKB pops, or A Carrot pops the BKB, going back out, gets the plan. Goes out, 2 banishes going out. Could Green Ganja just walk away? Mad A so low. He gets the silence. He gets the Ato. He's one shot. He's going down. Car Accident Fragrance is also looking in a position to try and set up to re-engage over here, but the Rubik is rotating out. Their Razor is rotating out. What a great turnaround from the Radiant over here.
Yeah, there we see the power of the Oracle ulti, keeping A-Carrot alive as he tanks all of that initiation, all of that crowd control from the enemy team. He's able to get his ulti off, and he lives through all of it. So Ursa came in, was able to do a lot of damage. The Imprisoned is able to control the single target damage dealers like the Razor and the Viper. And that was the 9-second BKB on Razor. Sorry, he's down to 6 seconds now. So that time he spent really taking the front line with the Razor Link, Static Link, and the ulti, it's going to get less and less effective as time goes on. So this is starting immediately to look bad for the Dire now. They may have missed their window by not being able to find this tier 3 bottom win and take that first Rax.
They do see the Oracle over here with their vision. They're setting up to try and get a pick over here because they do see a lot of the other Radiant heroes sitting in the bottom lane farming those creeps. So maybe they think they can get a pick off on the Oracle, but they rotate back out in the jungle.
I'm interested to see that it looks like Rubik has gone kind of this utility build. He doesn't have a lot of damage. I think we saw there the lack of damage coming from the mid. This is sort of a fun mid he picked. He wants to have fun in this game, but it's maybe not enough. It's not enough to chew through a Dragon Knight, an Oracle ulti, and OD Ags. I'm starting to feel some misgivings about the Rubik pick in mid. Do have an Aces up on the Viper, so even more crowd control to hold people in place, but no BKB yet for him. He is going to take a lot of damage from OD until he has one finished.
They have a lot of setup over here to take the Roche. Like, they're all sitting here. What are they waiting for?
I think they went Vision on the high ground first.
I mean, they're all sitting there. They're looking for a pick. They have the smoke out. OP does have the Blink Dagger. BKB could potentially go in here. Gets the pick up on the Rubik. Oh, immediately banished. Did not have the BKB going into that, and then Rubik gets to walk away for it. Comes back in, gets the pick on Green Ganja. Ganja has the BKB running, gets the static link off. BKB on OP over here on the Ursa. Acosto does go out with the silence. Meanwhile, Dragon Knight and Matt A fighting. He's fighting an uphill battle, though. He might go down for this. There's so many people moving around. Matt A does get a couple of hits off of him. Dragon Knight goes down. A-Carrot does have his BKB. Gets the ult off. Triple kill. Game on going in, taking a lot of damage. Could potentially go out of here. As soon as he comes out of adversity, he pretty much drops dead. Oh no, he lived. Never mind, he's gone. Chicken Fingers going in, getting Acosta down a little bit, but does able to take out this ward over here. A-Carrot's looking for the pickoff. He does know the Rubik is over here. BKB is in imprisonment. He has the BKB going on him. They can very easily circle back on this car. Chicken Fingers with the stun, and the X, and the Yule's gonna get out of there. He zips out. There's so much going
Rubik
on.
with the Astral Steel, able to
run
kite.
off on OP. OP is going back in. He has the Blink Dagger up in 3 seconds. Can he take someone else down? Oh no, he gets the damage pad, gets the ult off. He doesn't have his ultimate running. He goes out with fast. I think they're just going to retreat out of this.
They might find the OD kill on the back end here.
Ooh, he has the imprison.
The double imprisons are so silly.
He has the
ult. He blinks out.
So much. He needs to get out of here. He's broken. Going with that
Can they
force staff
disengage?
save. Acosta de Gama is like, Bear, get back over here. Stop turning around. A-Carrot going in with the free BKB from the Oracle, getting a bunch of hits off, but here comes Game On and Matt A. BKB Hater, no mana, could potentially try to just bully out Faz over here. He doesn't have the stun. Can they stop him? No, they don't. Oh, and A-Carrot gets to walk away from that fight. And now we've pivoted gold lead back to the Radiant.
Quite a long, prolonged chase all the way from the Roche pit to basically the tier 3 mid. Odie really one of those kills, but the Rubik was able to kite so hard with a stolen imprisonment and just escape death multiple times. And then they stayed a little too long and fed a couple kills, but still right at the end. Incredible presence of mind for the 4-staff TP and also the Oracle TPing right in front of their faces. We saw maybe a bit of a lack of stun availability and overuse of resources on this chase. And Razor ulti is down for a bit now for this Roche, so this Roche is not a given. They might be able to contest on the Radiant. They have Silencer ulti up. OD's ulti is back up. We just saw OD ulti. It just got a triple kill. How is it back up already?
He's coming back in again. They have the vision up here this time. They're not ready to have a repeat of what just happened a few minutes ago with that chase all the way back up into their triangle.
It's a shield rune on the DK too.
He's beefy. The vision is down over
Roche
there.
only at half.
Finish? It's crazy to see,
so
like,
long.
Green Ganja does not have the damage without the static link. They even dropped the Shadow Shaman Ward to try and close this out. Roche is going home. BKB going out with the ultimate going out. There's no damage on the Viper. He's silenced, he's stunned, he's slowed. Green Ganja does have the BKB up. He's got the static link off, but does he have the lifesteal? He has the Aegis, he has the Satanic up, but the BKB is going to end. It's only in 6 seconds. He's had it for so long. There is so much more could be going on over here. The Ursa's looking for an initiation, looking for the blink over here. A-Carrot is also looking for the initiation.
Nice job by the Oracle, keeping people alive in that fight. Silencer does survive. They get 2 kills. They don't clear the Aegis. They did sneak the Roche right at the end, right in the nick of time. And Razor has a Satanic to help keep himself alive, so is able to sustain through that fight. We do have 4K net worth lead now for the Radiant. That turn in fortunes as the farming potential increase is taking account. And we have more items. We have AC now on the Dragon Knights. We have Basher, Blink, BKB on Ursa. And OD has a full Bloodthorn and Nullifier to deal with the Shaman, Chicken Escape, the Foul Play, and the Ghost Scepters coming out and some of their supports, like the Rubik. So this is going to get harder and harder. They are doing their best. There are some good moments around this fight, but they just don't have the AoE for these team fights. They really need to get to the backline and kill this Oracle, maybe to start the fight. So a Blink Dagger, perhaps, more of a Blink Dagger play from the Shaman, controlling him during the course of the fight, while Viper and Razor stack up the damage. but it looks tough because you can just get imprisoned when you do that. You know, even the Oracle can be saved by imprison or the Silencer ulti. So
I
a
will
lot of
say
covering
the
each other
cores,
in the draft.
The cores getting these force staffs, like the force staff on the Oracle, the force staff on the Silencer right here, that displacement and getting people out of the roots and out of the stuns has been absolutely game breaking on these team fights. Like we've seen it when the Ursa got rooted and force staff out in the triangle over here in the last fight. We've seen the initiation power just pushing, like, hey, I'm going to throw a bear at the enemy support that's been stunning me and locking me all game. Let's see him deal with that. Like, these force staffs have been insane in these lineups.
Yeah, some really masterful use of the positioning tools on the Radiant, and kind of a lack of the positioning tools on the Dire. I think we're seeing why these non-damaging utility items have such a high game impact past their stats.
Oh,
you
Fuzzy
can't
Wuzzy's
kill
getting
people.
caught out over here. Silence goes out. The ult goes out a little early. BKB is running on the OP. Silence going back out on Viper, going back in. They're taking so much damage on him. He's going to go down right here. The backline behind on the Razor. Razor is getting his ult running. They're about to get him rooted off. Fuzzy Wuzzy going for some swipes over here, getting so much damage stacked up. Can they slow him? He does get it. Let's see. It looks like Rubik has Shard right now, so he does have the ability to slow it down. Tiger Eye's tanking the full might of the backline over here, giving them free reign of taking out these cores. Gets another stun out, going to be going in, taking a bunch of damage. Another quick save from the Rubik, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's following down, gets the bash off, goes down. Car accident fragrance is looking for a pickup here. DK is still alive. He is tanking all that damage and still able to just take on 3v1 right now. Game On is getting game done. Game over.
Yeah, the DK just taking the attention of the entire crowd control support lineup of the Dire for almost 20 seconds while they kill Razor twice, and Rubik just runs out of mana. He keeps imprisoning to help the Razor get away, but he does not have unlimited resources. Eventually runs out, and he cannot finally save the Razor and get him out of there. So, now it's 15k net worth lead, and this is looking pretty rough.
Ursa's in a bad position right now. He has his ult to potentially get out of there. Oh man, Tiger Eyes going in with that Ogre Seal Totem, gets banished immediately. 8 carrots going in, he gets hexed off, he has a nullifier running, could potentially go in and get this. OP is going back in on the Razor, Mad A goes down, they do have the Imprison goes out on the support back here, so he's not able to disable. The Lion is in a bad position. BKB Hater going out, getting the Imprison off, trying to get some damage on. Car Accident Fragrance going back in. BKB is running, immediately dispelling, but here comes Green Ganja. He's got some damage to get the Imprison on the Oracle. This is the pick that they need. The BKB is going out on the Razor. Silence goes out as well, but then flips the fight. The BKB is coming out on all the cores. Car Accident Fragrance getting some stuns off the belt as well. Can they turn this? The Rubik is trying to run over here. Dragon Knight taking so much damage. He goes down. I think Radiant's going to turn around and try and cut their losses on this fight. They weren't ready to go high ground yet, and they got punished so severely for that.
Yeah, maybe they're not quite ready for the piercing this tier 3. They definitely pay for the hubris, and a really nice counter engagement from the Razor. And the Rubik Astrals once again coming in clutch. The threat of the steal even on the Silencer ulti, making its weight known. This is strong defense, so despite falling behind, there are signs of life now on the Dire. I think they could, maybe with a nice smoke gank, turn this around. DK has proven he is killable. He doesn't have too much damage either. It's just his OD is the problem. He's got the Ags now. You could see it save him in that fight, kept him alive. They're going to have to really come up with some sort of game plan to kill him and the Oracle earlier in the fight.
Do you think Oracle goes like a Refresher or an Octarine core in this game to just get more utility out of his spells?
Refresher is viable. Octarine core I don't see as likely, but we'll probably see utility item before either of those. I'd guess a Hex, maybe a Ghost Scepter to stay alive. I don't know. He's probably gonna buy his Shard here too, and he's just finished a Holy Locket to boost his healing, so that also makes sense. I think I would like to see a pipe coming up on Summit, so Oracle could build that as well, even if it's a little unusual. They kind of need the magic resist against the Rubik. He's got options.
Dragon Knight is about to finish his Satanic, though. Oh, 2 of the cores going out unprotected. This Game On could very easily circle in on this. He does not have a Blink Dagger this game, so he does not have the ability to engage and pick off, but he does disable their vision. Potentially, oh, it's just in range. How unfortunate. They take out dueling vision over here. BKB Hater going out to try and defend over here. Green Ganja showing where he's at. He's like, wait, we're going to threaten the potential on this Roche. A-Carrot sitting in, not actually engaging the Roche. Is he waiting for someone to come in?
It's a face-off,
Very
little
close.
Western standoff.
Spaghetti Western, oh, and then immediately pulls himself out. Goes in, A-Carrot gets the pick, gets the imprison. Car accident fragrance canceling the stun over there. Ult going out, BKBs are going out. Tiger Eyes jumping in with the Overseal Totem. Shaman could go down here. The Razor's taking so much damage with the only 6-second BKB. Instantly going down, he could go down. Tiger Eyes gets the healing off. They're damaging so much on Green Ganja. He has a lot of healing though. A-Carrot gets the bubble, he gets imprisoned. Can they finish off Green Ganja? He's dealing most of the damage in this fight. Does not go down. Fuzzy Wuzzy's coming in from behind. Can he close out the game? Green Ganja so close, sucking so much damage from this Ursa. They do have one of them pinned over here. Are they going to close it out? BKB Hater is nullified and goes down. That is 3 for 1. 18k gold lead for the Radiant.
Ursa had nothing but blood on his mind in that fight. He chased the Viper to the ends of the earth, all the way to almost the tier 3 mid, and then comes back in to finish off the supports on the Dragon Knight stun. Helps clear it and kill the Rubik on the end of an imprisonment. So, very clean fight. Roche is still available to take. They might pressure take this tier 2 first. I don't think they have time to go high ground, but getting nastier and nastier. The buildup of advantage. The Viper really felt powerless in that fight. He ultied the Ursa, but because Ursa was enraged, his ulti, the duration was almost nothing. So it basically did nothing, and Ursa just walked him down. Viper is feeling really bad right now. Yeah.
What does Dire need to build to disable this Ursa, or is it just kind of you have to go all in on the Oracle, and then just let the Bear take the backline out, and then deal with the problem after you solve the, the illness that is the Radiant's team?
I think we do need the blink. I think the Shaman needs to play a little more of a sacrificial role, getting in the back line and dealing with the support characters. They definitely need the vision advantage too. They're kind of fighting on even terms in vision, and they need to be able to find Silencer and Oracle first, and they can't do that unless they can see them, see where they are. With the blink crowd control from a Lion and a Shaman plus Viper Strike, they can pick off pretty much anybody on the map. Except the OD who has Aegis now. But they need the vision and the smoke play to find that. So I think they're not taking advantage maybe of smokes. They do have one in Lion's inventory ready to go, so maybe they're sensing that a bit. I think also we just need more damage on Rubik, maybe. It sounds counterintuitive. He is going Kaya, so he'll have this spell damage. And BKB also on the Viper will let him be in the thick of the fight a little more. Perhaps Ghost Scepters on the supports too to survive the Ursa. Maybe trading out some of these Glimmer Keeps even for Ghost Scepters or the Aether Lens perhaps. Yeah, they just need to be able to kite more and start the fight on their terms.
Let me take a look here. It looks like we're getting a little bit of an echo on the stream. Let me see what's going on with that. That should fix it. Let me know if we run into that problem again, Herc.
All right. Hopefully the echo problems are fixed. We do see they're gearing up with his Aegis to go high ground. They do have a little bit of a traumatic memory here, though, from the last time they went to this bottom tier 3 where they lost the fight. So maybe a little more careful on the approach. I'm not sure that they want the A-Carrot to jump in and start things, because during that 5-second window of him being dead in Aegis, it could still be kind of enough time maybe to clean up this backline, kill the Oracle and the Silencer. So
is this just one of those things where you just pop Enrage and pop Silence and then throw the Bear in there and just kind of go from there? Like,
I would say that, but he's gonna get imprisoned. He's gonna get imprisoned when he does that, which is the problem. I almost wish Odie would go Meteor Hammer. I think that might be the solution for the long-term siege push here. It's not built very often anymore, but this is kind of the circumstance where it shines, and the Kaya is not so bad on him. I would rather see that than the Parasma finish, perhaps.
This is a signature A-Carrot game. This is a signature 30-minute A-Carrot game.
I do think, yeah, if they just put the banner down, and hit the tower with Dragonite mostly, force the enemy team to try to engage on Dragonite, and then just pop Silencer ulti and counter engage. That's pretty safe. Dragonite does have the damage now with his build to do that. So yeah, they just need Tigerize to man up on the front line, keep the Oracle and the Silencer safe on the back, and trickle down that tower HP just one ulti at a time. That is kind of the game plan for them, I think. It is scary though. It is a scary high ground to fight into. Ideally, they could get some sort of vision up on the high ground here too. Maybe they can place it sneakily during a smoke, but it feels unlikely to me that it won't be immediately dewarded. They do have tons of sentries in place for that potentiality.
Minotaur Horn on the Ursa, so triple BKB effects right now on the Ursa between the Oracle, the Minotaur Horn, and the BKB.
Yeah, he's going to be difficult to hold in place.
Do you think this is like one of those situations where he just gets rid of the Battle Fury and goes Octarine Core?
The Octarine Core Windweaker build is pretty fun. I don't think that's a player. I think he needs BKB. He could eat the Ags and go Octarine. It probably wouldn't hurt. But I would keep the Battle Fury because you kind of need that wave clear. Ursa clears waves pretty slowly without it, actually. So
Aegis getting consumed out of the timer. Roshan should be respawning here relatively within the next minute. That could be something that they're waiting to just finish up tier 5 items as well as go for another Roche. I mean, they have a banner. They have a 32k gold lead. What are they waiting for? What power spike are they waiting for?
They might just wait for another Roche. They were probably kind of waiting for their tier 5s and their last set of items. Everybody's basically 6 or 7 slotted now. Enough gold for buyback also, so that if something goes really wrong on the high ground, they don't just immediately lose the game. A Stygian Desolator on the OD is interesting. That's not what I would have expected.
Maybe
we do have Fallen Sky and Oracle, which will help a little bit with the high ground push.
Aegis going out to A Carrot. Refresher Shard is also available for the Oracle. That could kind of fill in the slot for the Refresher Orb.
This has got to be the timing now. They kept the Dire choked into their base for
no. Razor is overextended, gets locked down. Mede does have the BKB out. He's getting shredded. Where is the push? Where is the stop? Going back in. 0 second stun going out. Car accident fragrance gets the Yules. The BKB is going out. Gets immediately shredded. He's shut down from the nullifier. BKB going out on Tiger Eyes. Green Ganja is circling out the backline, but not the type of place you want to be at with your cores down. Buyback coming out on the Lion over here with Cardax rated and say, do you have the Banish going out? Are they going to be able to follow up the stun? Tiger Eyes is slowed and pushed. Faz with the Force Staff to get him out of range. Another imprisonment going out on it. Can he potentially get out of here? Stun going out. He does have the legs. He's just perma-stunned. He can't leave.
Real Hotel California moment here with Stolen in Prison and all the crowd control. He does have Oracle behind him, though, and one step over the line, and now they're all going to pay for it with their lives.
Advantage coming in.
BKB will keep Razor alive.
Green Ganja could be out of mana here. Tiger Eyes is finally out of jail. He did pass go, but he's not collecting his $200.
Yeah, this is a line buyback expended. Viper Strike does come out onto the DK, and he, at the last second, gets Oracle ulted.
Gets the invis, gets the heal, he gets to walk away. Fallen Sky coming back out. It could potentially be a lot. Ursa goes down. A Carrot has the Aegis over here. He's going to expend it. Tiger Eyes is almost back in full health again. He's going to walk right back into jail. A Carrot looks like he's going to get out. Car accident fragrance looking for the pick over here. Looks like they're going to disengage. Are we going to go back to the jungle for another 10 minutes?
OD ulti right now would literally instantly wipe almost the entire Dire team. I kind of wish they'd stayed and gone for it. Maybe they're not aware of the mana situation, but that would have been pretty fun. Yeah, it's another successful hold. The line buyback is expended, so that is one resource available to them that is down. If they can chew out a few more of those buybacks, then maybe they can do this again and finally end the game. But we might be in for the long haul here, folks.
I think we need to start instituting a time penalty on A Carrot because he is known to do this.
Yeah, this is the weakness of OD. He's a very strong late game hero, except once people have BKBs. He deals no damage suddenly, and he is a little susceptible, especially to this Rubik play. These imprisons are so annoying. So annoying. So yeah, maybe things swing the other way now. We do have a level 26 Viper, so he is going to... Oh, he would have gotten the universal stats in the past, but that has been changed. So he is no longer quite the late game damage juggernaut he used to be. He is Agi hero now, and stays that way. But he will have some
Thank
good options,
goodness.
lots of 25 talents in
I do
general
not
coming out.
I do not miss level 25 Viper.
Yeah, A-Care on level 25 Viper was disgusting.
Thank you all once again. Thank you all once again for sitting here and joining us this evening. If you're liking and enjoying the show tonight, please feel free, if you haven't already, like and subscribe the channel. It really does help us out. So at this point, what are we waiting for? Are we waiting for another Roche Aegis push here with the BKBs and buybacks?
It's gotta be. I think maybe they want to look for the smoke pickoff into the high ground. Trying to face tank straight up the high ground doesn't seem to be working. I think maybe Dragonite is... They don't really have the plan around the Dragonite that they need to, where they just... Dragonite hits a tower and then they play defensively around him. So maybe that's just like a fault of the team planning. But normally when you fail a couple high ground pushes, the play is to back off, concede a little bit of the map, and then try to get the vision up that lets you find smoke pickoffs. Because once two people are dead, something that high ground is a lot simpler to take. That's another way maybe to force out buybacks. It is definitely a war of attrition at this point. Even with a net K difference, it doesn't really mean anything, because everybody's going to be 6 or 7 slotted by this point in a turbo game. So it all comes down to these team rotations towards the play around Roche. This Aegis hasn't really felt like it's mattered much, though. You know, so I'm not really sure.
They haven't used it.
They
haven't used it into most of the fights. Like, what do they need another banner for?
I think Dragonite needs Aegis, right? They need Dragonite hitting towers for this plan. But they're probably going to give it to A-Card again. Yeah, they will. So, but OD, not a hero that hits towers. And you in the late game, you want to give your Aegis to the player that's hitting the towers. Quite often, that's the 1 position. In this case, it would be the 3 position, in my view. But the problem is, if you put it on somebody else...
We've reached a point at this state in the game where, like, those kind of numbers don't matter anymore. When everyone's 6-slotted, you know.
Maybe that is why A-Carrot went for the Stygian Desolator. He's seeing his role more as the person who's going to hit these towers, even though it's very unusual for the hero. And he does have a fair amount of right-click that, besides the Arcane Orb, it's enough. It's sufficient to kill a tower, with the Stygian Desolator especially.
They do have Refresher on Silencer, though, so that is a full 12-second silence.
Yeah. Oh, he went the Irrepressible talent, so it could have been even better if he had more of the support talents. He did opt for the sort of mid carry.
That
Earth Spikes is so annoying.
Like, can you imagine trying to high ground into that? And he's got Octarine Core too, so it's every 8 seconds. Every 8 seconds, it's like perma-stun over there.
Yeah, and then they have Fade Bolt and Plasma Fields. No creep wave can survive this. He did not go
AoE Hex, so he doesn't have level 30, but if he does get level 30, you cannot push high ground without your BKBs running.
I do want to point out, Ursa has opted for the MKB, so he sees his role as killing this Viper
goes in, immediately goes down. A-Carrot is looking for the push over here. Ult's coming out from Faz. They could potentially do some mana. He's going down. He's taking a lot of damage. Can see him prison. He has got the BKB running. Green Ganja is tanking this backline, taking so much damage, but they finally drop him down. Buybacks are coming out on the Razor. Razor's coming back in with BKB already running. Car Accident Fragrance is taking so much damage. He's got the Fuzzy Wuzzy running from the bear. Can they close it down? It could be a dieback on Green Ganja. Is he going to dive the Ancient? No. Who's hitting the... Acosta saying, I'm taking objectives. I want out. It's a 40-minute turbo game. Green Ganja taking so much damage. A-Carrot can potentially go down here. Do they want to heal him? Do they want to let him go? He's going to dive. Going to go ahead and pop the Aegis over here. Green Ganja overextending. He has no defensive items right now. A-Carrot can very easily come in and turn around and take this, but they are pushing this tower. There's so much damage going out. So many things are happening. Faz can potentially go down here. Fuzzy coming in, gets the stun off, can potentially go down. He's down. He's down. BKB going back up. He's focusing. They're focusing these racks so hard right now. They're going to try and end it. It's just the Rubik. I think it's GG. Why are you backing? Take the tier 4s and what
There's
are
a
you
shaman
waiting
up now. They
for?
gotta be careful. And there's the nullifier to finish off the Rubik. That is GG.
He's going out with a bang. He's gonna go. Oh my god, can he take the 8 carrot? 8 carrot's down. Tiger Eyes hitting the base, and they go home.
That double silencer ulti came in so clutch at the end. It was really fun game to watch. The Rubik did his best to hold, but it just got harder and harder as game went on, as we talked about earlier, right after the draft. No surprises there for me. Yeah, I was betting on the OD the whole time.
That was so miserable to watch. That was so
Took a while
miserable.
though. 40-minute turbo game is, I mean, that's the equivalent of an 80-minute regular game. So yeah, that's quite the hold.
I think the real MVP of that game was actually the audience for sticking this out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think we're gonna have enough time to do an interview for post game. Oh my god. Oh, what a match. What a game. Oh. Yeah, never doubted A Carrot for a minute.
Really interesting to look at this graph. The game engine really favored the draft of A Carrot's team from the start, but they lost the lanes quite hard, and we see that the win probability swung pretty quickly by 15 minutes towards BKB Hater. But just as that farm differential stacked up, and it stacked up relatively quickly over the next 15 minutes, it became more and more unlikely that they could pull through, deal with all of the execution issues around disabling the Oracle ulti, dealing with the Silencer ulti, and we saw right in there all the pieces came together. Oracle ulti is coming in clutch multiple times to save people on the brink of death. Trying to chew through the Silencer ulti with only your right clicks, it just wasn't enough. And we didn't have the initiation we needed on the supports of Lion and Shaman in order to turn pickoffs into one team fights. So team fight draft coming through stronger in the end, and a pretty consistent performance. I'd like to especially commend OP there for coming out of a really hard struggle of a laning phase and still being able to find the farm, keep the patience and the cool, to get their items, and later in the game just mowing down that Viper, chewing through all the Razor's tankiness. Despite a really strong performance from the Razor, he just wasn't enough in the end.
I will say, if there was an MVP in my eyes, I gotta give it to Faz on this Oracle gameplay. The amount of saves, the amount of setups, keeping the Dragon Knight and the Bear alive in a lot of those matchups was instrumental for them not getting ran over, because it was so many times that all it took was Dragon Knight going down and they no longer have their damage sponge. If you look on the graph for this game, Dragon Knight took over 100k damage that game. And if you also look at the healing for Faz, he healed for almost 30k that game. An insane amount of differential that you can see on this, and just like the turning point for Radiant, giving them the time they need to pick off those right fights. I really got to give it to Faz in that play.
Yeah, that one play where he literally Oracle ulted at the very last moment. I mean, Tiger Eyes and Dragon Knight had like maybe 50, 100 HP left. And just so many spells with that timing, with that conscientious use of the ulti. Really strong Oracle play throughout. His positioning was really good from the back line. He would probably be my MVP for this game. Obviously, A-Carrot's an obvious target, but the unsung hero is 100% the Oracle, and even the Silencer having really nice ulti timings. So strong performance from two of these lower MMR players who really came through for their team. Really strong execution of the plan together.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get Tyler back up here. It looks like they're getting the games squared away now. Herc, if we can make sure, it looks like we have one of the lobbies up. We're still missing the second lobby. But let's get Ty Man up here. Ty, what a match, dude. You gotta love when A-Carrot pushes it past 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was a very gruesome match. They're really going at it.
My vocal cords hurt from going in that one. That was nuts.
Well, we seen Ursa was getting pummeled by Viper in the early game, but as soon as the late game happens, that's when Viper just kind of gets kind of useless against Ursa. And Razor can only do a Dragon Knight so much. Lion's just dead as soon as somebody gets to him. Same thing with Shaman. And Rubik doesn't do enough damage.
There we go. So now with those standings up, let's see. It looks like we have Forbidden Carrot's team versus Cly going into the next match for our premier choice. Let's take a look here.
Was Forbidden's team is the one with the bye that round, right?
Correct, I believe so. So they are going to be going up against the lower. This is, I believe, in their standings. Let me tab over to our standings round. Let's go to our standings. If it wants to work with me. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to work with me, so I can't. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh, okay, hang on. Well, anyway, if you guys want to discuss the lineup history for these guys while I get our bracket working.
Sounds fine to me. What do you think, Flam?
Well, we have some new players here. I'm not super familiar with Jonah or Cly, or even Davica. Forbidden,
Cly
a
is
hero that
captain.
likes. Okay, gotcha. I know Bucky has some pocket heroes that can be very strong surprises from the one position. He's an ET picker recently, and he has destroyed me in games with his ET. So if that doesn't get banned, that's going to be a problem. I'm looking forward to seeing it potentially.
Bucky's Oracle is pretty terrifying.
Yeah,
I need to work on a couple of production things. Do you guys want to do the draft on this one?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Let's send it to the screen. Thank you for all tuning in.
So, Bucky is an Oracle player. Forbidden's a Myrta player.
Yeah, Myrta. He can also play things like the OD. He loves Wisp if he can get it, but he plays it core, so he plays it like a 1 or 2.
Yeah, he plays core Wisp, yeah.
Probably not going to pick that because he probably wants to be invited back to the tournament. So
Mid generally plays like Witch Doctor.
Yeah, both Mid and Spoon I see as like Silencer Witch Doctor players. I would imagine like Gator could pick up Chikiro in this match too. We have seen some of these stronger Forbidden heroes banned out. So
Chikiro's one.
Muerta are out.
Chikiro's one that Forbidden plays as well. He plays right click Chikiro.
Yeah, also just a very strong support right now that you really don't want to deal with, but it hasn't been banned yet. They do opt for the Shaman ban. I think that's a Gator ban. I don't remember. I remember Sir AAAA was here last week. I feel like was there a different name there?
I don't.
No.
No, I don't.
But he had some pretty strong support performances, I believe, in the past.
Yeah, he was a support player. So.
Yeah, no clues yet then really to how the drafts are going to shape up. I think I'm a little less informed on this one than maybe some of the other matchups.
So we've
ET
got
has not
Willow
been banned,
banned.
so they could opt for it on the first pick.
They could.
On positions.
You remember Flam when I gave Bucky an Ags on his Elder?
I do remember that. Oh, sorry, you were in that game. You were the
I was the alchemist. I was just
harder than he should. Thanks for that. That was fun.
Sorry, Flam. That's just so dope.
Okay, so we have the Warlock coming out. That feels to me like a Gator pick. And Pudge. I think that's Hard Cold Pudge, I believe. Either Mid or Hard Cold will play this.
Hard Cold.
Pudge did get some fun facets in this most recent patch, but if this is support, we'll probably see the one that increases your strength while you dismember. Yeah, fresh meat.
And if we see the other one, it will be the rot one.
Yeah, people have experimented with him with Rot and Core, which boosts your attack damage during Rot in the one position. That feels unlikely to me. I feel like people pretty quickly learned that it wasn't as strong as they wanted it to feel.
Yeah, I see a lot of people buy like Harpoon, Mask of Madness on him, and I'm just like, eh, it just
When
doesn't
I
feel right.
when I see Pudge, normally my first thoughts are Life Stealer, and actually Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit can apply Mage Slayer debuff, which destroys Pudge pretty frequently. Gets rid of a lot of his damage,
Yep.
and can jump away from the Pudge pretty easily. So I don't know if they have an Ember player on Physicians. I don't think Forbidden Carrot plays it. He's probably their mid.
No, he doesn't.
Ichi's still
play.
looking fine here, but he was just banned, so they won't have an option for Bucky.
Crystal Maiden and Pudge. That's pretty disgusting. Enchantress has been picked, and Ogre. Okay, so they got.
I am not a believer in the Enchantress pick. I find Enchantress really underperforms in these turbo tournaments.
Yeah,
She takes,
same.
from a core role, she just doesn't punch hard enough. From a support role, it takes a lot of really high level execution with the creeps and with smoke rotations to make her work. I've never seen it materialize. But it could be Bucky Enchantress.
Another thing to keep in mind about Enchantress is it takes one character to kill her, and that's Life Stealer.
Well, and even the Pudge in the game, right? Pudge is pretty great against.
Yeah, Pudge is great against Enchantress. All it needs is an Ags and a Shiva's, and she's dead. Doesn't even have to do anything. Just gives like what 25. So yeah, about 50% healing reduction. So Enchantress is not going to heal.
This has to be core inch then. It's probably offlane inch. With
Yeah.
Yes, this is like 4-position ogre. So still question marks on the safe lane. Lifestealer is still available. I think that would be fine here.
Life Stealer is the biggest counter to Enchantress.
Yeah.
All he has to do is pop Rage, and then he can just run her down.
Okay, and the Wind Ranger is also quite nice against Ench.
Wind Ranger is great against Enchantress, yes.
Is this a 1-position Wind Ranger? Sniper mid? Seems possible to me. Okay,
I have
Spectre
seen
pick,
I have seen Wind Ranger support before.
I do like the Spectre. The Dispersion does a lot of heavy lifting against Pudge, who's right up in your face. And takes the full brunt of the reflection. And also, it's kind of a tempo hero, right? So it scales to the late game, but these days, because it's one of the lowest cooldown ultis in the game, you can just find kills every 40 seconds as soon as you hit 6.
Yeah,
so if we have Ogre roaming around with Enchantress creeps and fighting the Sniper repeatedly, it should be a free kill every time with Shadow Step.
You can also pick off the Crystal Maiden, the Wind Ranger with the Wind Run, and let's be honest, Pudge isn't very fast as a hero. He's just not.
He's not.
He's very slow.
Late game, I imagine like a Spectre Ags with when she's Bloodlust has Radiance and all these solo kill items is really going to be deadly to Crystal Maiden and Sniper, pretty much no matter what they build. So that's a nice pick. They do have potentially a really rough laning phase ahead of them.
The thing is, Sniper can deal with the Warlock Golems. Pudge is probably going to most likely be with Crystal Maiden, I feel.
Okay, and Alina pick. Very solid mid laner. This team does lack a way to start fights.
And time.
You have the Shadow Step, but there's nobody to sit in front or blink in and stun. Unless it's the Ogre who does it, but he doesn't really have AoE stun a single target. So it's kind of on the Lina and the Spec to find these kills, and that can be rough against Pudge and Tiny, especially.
I think my prediction for the laning phase for Balloons is Pudge is going to be with Crystal Maiden, Sniper is going to be mid, and Tiny's going to be with the Windrunner.
Yeah, it remains seen whether this is Tiny 1, which is really popular right now, or Wind Ranger 1. Both heroes have a little bit of flex.
Both of
it's
them
probably Tiny 1. That feels more likely to me. That'd be my guess. So just wait for the lobby to come back up here.
Yeah.
I'm leaning a little towards Dire's draft with the Pudge and the Tiny, just because I think there's a lot of tinkiness. They can survive some of that Spectre tempo. I think Sniper probably can hold lane pretty well against the Lina.
Thing to keep in mind is Tiny's actually very good against Pudge if he took the right face it, because Tiny faced
Tiny and Pudge are on
against
the
status resistance?
same team though.
Oh, they
They're
are
on
on the same team?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that they have really good synergy then, because the Tiny can throw the Pudge into battle.
I don't trust. The biggest thing in this draft is I just do not trust the Ench pick at all.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
it's
understand. I think
pretty
Enchantress
weak.
not that great. But
I
I've been
guess we'll
proven
have to
wrong
see.
before, so we'll have to see.
All right, well,
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Tyler, for the pick breakdown. Once again, if you guys are tuning in and have any questions about the draft or want to upgrade your play a little bit, feel free to head over to our Discord channel, and Tyler will be waiting in our lobby to answer any of your questions.
Yep.
Appreciate it, Tyler. We'll talk to you after the game.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I just caught the tail end of the draft over here. Do you think this is a tiny mid?
I don't think so. It's probably sniper mid. We have seen tiny mid in these turbo games, favored by particular players like Render or
Chemical
Forbidden
Zero has
Carrots.
also been known to take it.
Yeah. Maybe some of these higher MR players though are less likely to pick tiny mid these days, just because the tallest facet has been nerfed quite a bit. People are going actually the status resistance one that Tyler was talking about in the safe lane, and they're just building it with Shadowblade and right click, Sanji Nelsha, and getting the Revenant's Brooch, which scales really well off of his natural damage from Grow. Sorry, can you join caster slot here?
Oh, is it me? My apologies. Perfect. All right.
I don't think Tiny wants to be against Lena. I think Sniper makes more sense. So that's where I would lean, but it depends on these players, really, their personal preference. There's a lot of flex on the Dire team. I don't think there's a lot of flex on the Radiant team.
We will find out, definitely. This mid is going to be a very interesting fight, to say the very least at it. Thank you guys for letting me know. Apparently, Flam, during all of the team fights, and the higher and the louder my voice gets, the quieter the audio feedback gets from my microphone. So I am screaming, but it sounds like I'm whispering. So thank you for tuning into our ASMR channel. Or anxiety ASMR, rather, is what I believe you would call that. So
that's what the A is for.
Yeah,
and the
ASMR. The A in anxiety. So hopefully we've got the resistance turned down on it a little bit. So I think that's what it was trying to do. It was trying to save everybody's ears from my yelling, but hopefully we've got that disabled now. If for those of you watching, if we get into another crazy team fight and my mic sounds low, I might have to make some more permanent changes, but hopefully we've got that up and running. Looks like they're getting everything loaded in now, so let's see here.
Okay, so it looks like this is a support sniper.
Spoon from the Synergy gang coming in with the support sniper as well. Sir AA also going in on his trusty Spectre as well. Bucky on the Ogre Magi. Forbidden Carrot going on the Lena. And it looks like we've got our good old boy Gator coming in with the big guns on Warlock.
Okay, so it is insurmountable tiny, so that's got to be one position, I would guess. That's probably Windranger mid then. Kazuya is playing that. So I do like the draft. Windranger can do okay against Lena. It's not awesome because she can't really dodge the Dragon Slave damage super well. But Lena doesn't quite have the follow-up with right clicks when she's wind running to kill her even with ulti. I do think Lena is a little favored, at least from a hero standpoint. Remains to be seen on the players.
Definitely going to be very exciting. I will say that Dire does have a really good range position in these team fights to be able to kind of put themselves in a good position to get the damage in. But it's also Radiant has these heroes that can very easily close the gap. You've got a high mobility Lena. You've got the Enchantress that can attack from such a long range away. And not to mention Spectre, like one of the best backlining heroes in the game. All she needs to do is get a little bit of sight on you and you're dead. Especially with like Bloodthorn Manta style, she can delete any of these heroes very quickly. Looks like there's not going to be a whole lot of engagement.
Yeah, they might only get one rune out of this, but Pudge is in position to hook if somebody jumps in for it.
No, I don't think
Okay,
they
so
are. I think
both-
they're going to play it pretty safe. So it is Sniper off lane. Sniper
Yeah, the Pudge is
Pudge
farming
off
this.
lane.
This is sniper support, and this is some real Herald
Degenerate
gaming
stuff.
lane right here. Sniper and Pudge, the pub menaces together with zero synergy, honestly. But we will start off with a hit hook, and those early hooks do matter a lot. So,
I mean, into the one hero that has such sustainability. I mean, normally we're watching the mid lane in these matchups, but I feel like safe lane Radiant is going to be the entertaining one this go around.
I want to start for Lina, already getting all her last hits. We're suffering a bit. You know who's at 0 last hits right now? Enchantress.
Yeah, but they are completely pushing this CM out of lane for it, though.
Yeah, but Tiny's still farming. That's the one who matters. There we go. She's on the board. Nope, she missed it. Never mind.
Aww.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Getting the denies off, though, which is nice to see. Lina at 4 denies right now. Forbidden Carrot really, really trying to get under Cly's skin with these denies, denying them that gold, denying the XP.
Nurture has opted for the kill shot, so we'll
execute. Ooh, could potentially be going down. A lot of damage coming out on the Enchantress over here. Bucky gets the save with the stun, denying them the ability to close it out. A lot of damage coming out from this Crystal Maiden.
Happiest person in this laning phase, definitely Lina. Spectre also doing quite well. Not normally a hero that performs well on the laning stage, but has a lot of freedom granted by the draft here. I think the Pudge Sniper is just not a good setup for pressuring her.
Once again, I do really love the Radiance lineup here top. They have so much lockdown. Bucky's almost entire health pool is gone, but they get a closeout. All he needs is one toss. He has the Q. He's gets out of it. Can he potentially walk out? He needs one in, and he's gone. That's gonna go take down the Crystal Maiden, leveling up for all those last hits missed. Gets the Centaur too for the pickup on lane. So now they have another stun to follow up with.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden did not need to take that much damage from the pole camp. Kind of take the creep wave in the pole camp a bit. That damage for a range support stacks up very, very quickly. You do not want to be taking jungle pole damage or creep wave damage. So a little bit of positioning error, and it is punished immediately.
Oh, comes mid and immediately dies trying to come in with a rotation over here. That is unfortunate. That is not what you want to see from your supports rotating in for help.
Yeah, that's not great.
Enchantress does take down the Tiny, so the last hits may not have mattered so much when the last hits are heroes.
Yeah, it looks like this top lane is going pretty well for them, but now with the kills all around. Oh, Clyde does find the kill shot on the Lina.
So
okay,
close.
So that is a pretty big find. Will help Wind Ranger scale much more quickly.
Wait, was that a multicast? Oh, he does have sit. Wait. Oh, Bucky went the learning curve, so he gets the extra level. That's what it is. I'm like, how did he multicast at level 5?
Because he is a broken facet, my friend. Learning curve are very strong.
I really do prefer the other one. Is there any advantage?
Level 2...
What is the main advantage? I guess it gives you more power in lane.
Yeah, it's so much about winning lanes in Dota, and at level 3, you have almost twice the kill potential over any other support because of the double points and ignite. That is a lot of damage to contend with.
Mid might go down here. Bucky also goes down. Enchantress is level 7, so it's not something that... Oh, wow, I did not realize that the attack goes through Enchantress's untouchable ult.
her attack speed will be reduced by the untouchable amount, but because you get max attack speed on the Wind Ranger, it's negligible. Though that plus the passive, the Nature's Attendants heal is more than enough to survive. So Wind Ranger gets a kill, but not both of the kills.
Spoon could potentially go down here. Gets the Q up. Does Forbidden. Forbidden has the ult. Delete Sniper. Valve may have nerfed, but they did not fix her. What a bunch of damage. Spectre coming in. This is exactly what we were talking about. Hits the 6 and gets the kill. Exactly what we were talking about. They're able to turn these roams into kills.
Yeah, and the Fatal Bonds there did a lot of work. Not just sharing the damage between the Pudge and the Sniper, I believe, who was picked off, but also spawning all those little golems off the creep wave who chased down the Pudge, gave vision, and dealt a significant chunk of his health as well. So Warlock always stronger than you would guess from his kit. That hero does a lot of damage.
It's probably one of the strongest level 2 heroes in the game. With Upheaval Fatal Bonds can completely team wipe.
Maybe I didn't respect this Enchantress enough in the hands of this new player, Jono, because it looks like he understands hero a little more. He's using the creeps, this Warpine Raider with a Siege Shot to deal a lot of damage, harass, and rushing the Zags, probably with the Dragonlance. Going to be able to deal significant damage once that's up. I believe that gives him the Little Friend's ability? Actually, I don't know why he's rushing the Ags.
What is
that? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because there's no summons in this game.
You can control multiple creeps at the time. So I guess they're going for a pet build.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not an Enchantress player, so I guess maybe this is a meta that I'm not aware of. But he could be using it to stack up some of those early creeps for the tower pushes. Plus the tempo from the spec, that could be a pretty brutal timing to contend with. And
we have seen the Hellbear basically come in and completely deals almost half of CM's health from these off-lane pull camps over here. And it's been pretty damage dealing in these fights, so maybe it's something they want to maximize to kind of go for the backline.
Blade Mill is up on the Spectre, so very difficult to target her for the Wind Ranger or the Pudge. There's another Shadow Step. We'll get a free kill with the Blade Mill damage on the Rot. That's another Pudge kill, another bit of Snowballing Gold getting towards that Radiance.
Unfortunate Pudge, no flesh heap stacks at 7 minutes in. That is not what you want to be playing a Pudge as.
Yeah, they really gimped this Pudge by putting him in a lane with a sniper support. It just doesn't really do anything for the hero. You can't find the kills. And now Spectre's had way too much room in his topping net worth. This is not looking great. Midas up on the Ogre as well, so he's going to start scaling with multicast Midases on jungle camps. A smoke comes out. Jono is smoking with these creeps. He understands this element of the hero. So, yeah, already I'm feeling better about this Ench pick. He's here with the creep to find the stomp. They're doing these deep wards. So Ench is going to be parking herself in this part of the map now, taking these jungle camps, punishing anybody who tries to come in.
Hater does have his ultimate, gets the stun off on 2, goes right into the CM. CM could potentially drop really quickly, gets the ultimate. Is it going to be a battle of supports over here? Golem does do what it's supposed to do. It takes down the Enchantress, canceling the ultimate. They do find the kill on the Windrunner. 2 down, 10k gold up.
Yep, now Ench will have her Ag, so she'll have a second creep in tow. And working on a Blink Tagger as well. A very interesting build coming out from her. She can toss a Sprunk and then blink away for massive damage, so kind of a cool interaction. Yeah, and you can see, you really do not want to target the Ench as the Wind Ranger here. It feels tempting because you're like, oh, I have the attack speed. You know, I'm the only one that's even kill her. But she just heals through it, and you don't quite deal the damage you need. And then while she's healing, all her other teammates just kill you and your support. So Wind Ranger might have to change her targeting priorities here. Has opted for the boots travel, maybe going for more of a split farming build. Has given up on these early engagements, which might be the right play. So
I also feel like the one hero on the Dire that can effectively deal with the Enchantress has just been playing on the other side. You have the Pudge over here, which, speaking of, he doesn't get the ult off. They get the stun off. Can the Pudge walk away? Oh no, he tossed! He tossed right to the Pudge! Oh no!
Oh, that was a bit of a grief, honestly.
It's a disaster! Can they get the stun off in time? No. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Pudge is probably not feeling good about that one. I think that player in particular might be... there might be some tension maybe on the Dire with that play from mid. Unfortunately, I see the rationale. They want to toss the spec back into the tower where she can get shackle shotted and killed under the tower damage, but she's not quite able to connect in time, the Wind Ranger, and spec walks away with the free kill. That's
But
three
as what I
ultis,
was
3 kills on
saying,
Pudge.
Yeah. Pudge has basically been playing on this side of the map for a majority of the game. They haven't been actually engaging with the Enchantress up here. Like, I feel like he's just trying to soak up what he can bottom, but like he needs to be in these fights with the Enchantress. He's the only one that can effectively deal with it.
I don't think anybody can deal with the Ench at this point. They need to not spend their damage on Ench. This looks grim though. 11-2. The pressure with the vision is really in. They've really
Lena looking for the kill
already
over here.
restricted
Minute can
Dire.
follow it up. Can they get the stun? They get the hook. They get the. He's got the ult running. There's so much damage coming out. They don't. Ooh, power shot execution.
Yeah, nice find there. Forbidden overextending a bit, maybe overestimating
Oh
himself.
no! They see the Windrunner. Windrunner's rooted. He's slowed. Mid can't do anything. Ogre Magi Gator throwing the stun out. Clay is taking so much damage to the enchant. Oh no! No! It's a disaster.
Ignite
Mid
finds
gets
the
the
Wind Ranger
stun
in the
out.
last sliver of health. Little Friends, I forgot, is just a straight up root. 2-second root that gets even bigger with the more people around it. So I'm starting to respect the Zags a little more. It's kind of makes you want to try this hero. Looks really fun. The
I mean, you also got to give it to the wards and the vision that they have. They have complete control over this side of the map. It feels like on Radiant.
Yeah, the Dire can't really move past their tier 2s to get into this jungle they want to get into. And that even Forbidden's positioning here. He was trying to sort of park in this upper jungle that the Dire have maybe as one of their only safe zones besides their own triangle. It's getting harder and harder to find farm. 16k net worth at 12 minutes is big, even for Turbo. And this Spectre, as soon as you get seen, you're going to get Shadow Stepped and hunted down by the Radiance Burn.
So
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like
A Carrot, if
tiny...
you're watching A Carrot, you see this number up here, 15k and 17k. That means you be aggressive. That means you don't go back to the jungle for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I do love seeing this team play, understanding the importance of these forward wards. You know, like defending this high ground ward they placed. They've stuck around, made sure it didn't get dewarded. When you place these wards, you want to stay around them as a support. And if they attempt to get dewarded, you just kill people who come in to do it. So it's all about map zone control.
CM potentially looking to get an engagement. Spectre goes in and 3, 2, 1, 3 shots him. Ogre Magi taking up all this damage from the Pudge. Stun and done. He is out. That's going to cost them a tier 2 tower. 22k gold lead right now. I also would like to know how much of that gold lead is coming from this Ogre Magi's Midas. Like, look at these multicasts that he's getting. I don't think he's missed a single one.
He also has Blade Veil and now Heart. Yeah, you cannot kill anybody on the Radiant team. You just can't. Lena
I mean,
if they could
get to the Warlock, they could kill him. But it's like, unfortunately, you have to go through the Ogre Magi and Enchantress first.
Yeah. Yeah, I really have to apologize to the hero Enchantress. I did not understand your game. I see it now. I see it in the hands of a player who knows it, and it looks pretty damn good, I'd say. Mage Slayer is up on Ench. She's even Tinker, and she also has a Holy Locket, so she's even tougher to kill from that front and can heal her
Lots
teammates.
of healing. Gator does have his ultimate up. Spectre going in, immediately chews through Spoon. Ult goes out. 4 stunned on it. So many going out. Once again, mid tossing in the punch. But is it going to be enough? There's so much magic damage. There's so many stuns. No channel ability. Survive.
They're just
the tower,
mobbed by the golems.
Too.
Mobbed by the golems. The Fatal Bonds hitting 3 of the players there with a Spectre Burn, and they just evaporate. And they're walking out of the fight Radiant with almost full HP on everybody, and they have this army of summons. This game is over. There's no way to stop this, I don't think.
Yeah, calling the GG. What a game. What a game. I gotta give it to this Enchantress, though. Like, I feel like their setup and knockdown this game was really one of the lineups that helped them close this out.
Yeah, Jono, I'd like to see more of these kinds of meta shakeups in the Dtx Turbo tournament. We maybe have gotten used to certain heroes. And it's nice to see something like an Ench come in and really stomp a game. 14-minute GG is not a frequent occurrence here, so.
Absolutely. Well,
Strong draft plan executed very well.
Let's bring the Enchantress up here, and let's hear about that build. That was the Jono, if I'm correct. They're one of our new players. Jono, how are you doing this evening?
Good. How's it going?
What an insane game for your Enchantress.
You like it?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe Flam has some kind words for you.
Yeah, I've not respected Enchantress in Dtx Turbo tourneys before, but it's clear you understood the hero, the smoke rotations with the creeps, the zone control of the jungle. I was surprised though by the Axe Rush. Is this your typical build as a Grandmaster Ench player?
No, but it's a turbo game, so yeah. I'm not used to turbo.
What makes the Axe so strong in this case?
In like a really long loop route, like 7-second route, 6-second. That's undispellable. They're not going to get BKBs, so.
Wow, it's
that Wind Ranger was
really.
Yep.
Oh, wow, and that purges the Wind Run. So it's just a
no, it doesn't. It doesn't purge her Wind Run, but it like holds her in place, so she's not going to run all over me.
You can use the enchant to purge the Wind Run if you need it. So.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a stronger counter. I've never thought about the Ench versus Wind Ranger matchup, but that's pretty interesting. It's kind of rough. She thinks she can kill you, but she can't through your heal.
Also, if she starts threatening you with Wind Run, you just dispel it. So it's actually a really rough matchup for Wind Ranger, and she's actually pretty good against her.
What do you think the Dire had to do to stop this timing push your team put together and the tempo from the Spectre?
Oh, that's a lot. I have no idea. I kind of knew I was gonna win the lane. I don't know. The lane was.
What are some of the heroes you're scared of?
What?
What are some of the heroes you're scared of as an Enchantress in this in?
Oh, in CM. I'm actually terrified of CM, but yeah. Since I played I wasn't playing a support Ench. And off lane, it wasn't that big of a deal. But as a support, I'm terrified of CMs.
Well, and you had the Blade Mails on.
And she wasn't killing my creep as well. So that's where it was.
Yeah, so like CM ulti was useless against the Blade Mails, and the Frostbite mechanic to kill the creep wasn't really abused, so...
Yeah, she should have killed my creep. Multiple times in the lane, I noticed she should have killed the creep.
Well, an excellent
We were
draft.
watching that Hellbear. Nice Hellbear doing so much damage.
I know.
She took so much damage. Nice to see the plan come together so cleanly. Looking forward to what else you and Forbidden cook up in the future.
Yeah, I'm a summons player, so I play a lot of summons. So you'll see a few of my stuff.
We're gonna get some Beastmaster.
Maybe
a Chen, maybe a Beastmaster. Yeah, no, I'm not good at Meepo.
Not a.
And normally when people pick Chen, it's because that's our stand-in for Kez in these games. So picking an actual Chen, not just to represent Kez in the captain's mode would be
I didn't know
quite
that.
ironic. Yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
Kez not enabled yet, but looking forward to seeing it.
All right,
thanks for joining us, Jonah.
Good game, congrats.
Thanks. Bye.
So I just tabbed in on A Carrot's game right now, and it is almost the exact same thing of what we watched. They are like 35K up. Unfortunately, it is not in favor of A Carrot's team. Unfortunately, it looks like they're ending it right now, but the Oracle on Faz did not do enough to close this off, and Architect on Ursa just shreds through them. So it looks like they're actually ending right now. So
two very quick games in this phase.
Makes up for A Carrot's 45-minute game. I will say that we might actually get out of here on time.
That is true.
So absolutely. Well, let's take a look here. Let's get Tyler back up in here because I believe he has some words about that last game as well. Hello, Tyler.
That was interesting.
Yes, that was a very quick game, and it looks like it's going to be the exact same thing over here on A Carrot's game as well. They're wrapping up right now under 20 minutes with a 46K gold lead.
Yeah. Me and Flam were a bit skeptical about the Enchantress pick, but it seemed to work out.
Apply versus Ferment. Wait a minute. Did they play the right team?
I don't know if like for this like community, if the knowledge of how to deal with these summons drafts, like these pushes, you might call it like I don't know if you guys watch Pro Dota, but Gaming Gladiators plays these timing drafts where they are very strong at like 20 minutes or at like a certain early phase of the game and push down your towers and choke you out of your own map. I don't know if the like sort of communal knowledge on how to deal with that is in DTX. So I could really see Jono's team stomping repeatedly tonight if they execute similar drafts. You do need counter push against it. Heroes like Hollow can be really strong. Jakiro's not bad against it. Or things that just split push quicker, then they can team up and push your stuff. So I like, Clink's Alchemist can be nice against it because you clear all the creeps they summon and get a ton of gold out of it.
Yeah.
There are options. But also you really need a solid core. You cannot lose your lanes that hard to beat the summons draft. You have to come out of the draft phase with either supports that'll win you your lanes, or like specific heroes that'll de-push and delay the high ground to take. And it wasn't there in that last game. I think maybe the captains are a little less used to picking what they need to do that. Time will tell. Curious to see.
Muy Bueno does take down A Carrot, though, in round 2, putting them undefeated for this match right now, going into round 3. So we get to see the Muy Bueno. It looks like they're pairing into BKB Hater due to matchmaking, because I believe they've played the other 2 teams. Let me see.
I feel like we've seen this stack often. Like, I feel like Wusung, Art de la Puerta, isn't this almost the same team as last week?
Yes, the difference is that BKB is on the other side of the roster.
Interesting. So maybe some inner knowledge there, some insider knowledge on how to take him down, what he likes in the draft phase. Maybe Muy Bueno can take advantage of that, come up with a win here. I do always think any match against BKB Hater is you're kind of an underdog. It's an upset to beat him. But if anyone could do it, it's Muy Bueno and Arte de la Puerta.
Well, you gotta give credit where credit is due. They also have the Architect on there as well. A very, very strong core player. We've seen their Ursa plays. We've seen their Weaver plays as well. They've been pretty devastating in some of these safe laners. Like, he is not someone to just be ignored in these fights. And, Unreal's, being the underdog, or like the less experienced player in this matchup, is still someone who can take a really good advantage of a situation with a Witch Doctor or AA. Some of his signature heroes are not something you can ignore.
You have to spend bans on his Underlord and his Ancient Apparition, because otherwise he'll win the game based off of the strengths of those heroes. He plays them really well. And Wusung Witch Doctor last week, we saw it get almost like a rampage level of damage in team fights. So just every player has stuff you need to pay attention to in the draft, and that puts a ton of pressure on you as a drafter. You can't get it all. So some component of the game plan will slip through, and you will have to face it down, find a way to beat these strongest heroes regardless.
Absolutely. They may not be the highest on the MMR ranker right now, but they do have very good synergy. And, the one thing that I say at the end of a lot of games, teamwork beats tryhards every single day of the week. If you cannot work with your team, if you cannot play to their strengths, you will lose. And a lot of these guys, they've been playing together for years. They know how to work around each other. And I feel like they have the home field advantage in this game.
Absolutely. Tyler, why don't you take it away for the draft? Curious to see what you have to say about these bans of picks.
So far we've got the OD that has been banned, so that's probably to deal with BKB. The
as
Willow
well
has
as
been banned.
As well as the immediate ban coming out on the Undying as well. Coming also into A Carrot's Dark Willow as well, something that they do not want to deal with, and then coming in with a Shadow Shaman here. Do you think they're just trying to defend a backline, or they're just trying to pick out some of the comfort picks here?
I think they're just trying to currently pick out some of the comfort picks of what they feel that is going to be a problem, like what they've seen in these tourneys so far. Like, we've seen Warlock, Tide's ban. They're trying to deal with Mad A now. Mad A's Tide. Lich is our first pick of the day.
That's probably going to be either a Wusong or an Unreal's pick there. Very, very comfortable position for them. While I've got everyone here, if you haven't had the chance to, if you could please like and subscribe to the channel, it really does help us out. Just take that 2 seconds right now while we're going through the draft here. We'd love to have you on all the updates for all the stuff that we have planned up and coming over the next few months. So let's see here. First pick for Dire, Silencer coming out again.
I'm actually surprised that wasn't banned.
I mean, I feel like it was against them last time, correct? They got silencered against them, and it's just like, hey, maybe they feel like it's just really strong in some of these fights. They got really punished by it, and maybe they want to try and take that versatility and put it on their side of the coin.
Yeah, I feel like they're coin flipping. They want it on their side instead of the other. Viper's been banned.
If they pick it, they don't have to ban it, is another thing.
Yeah, that's another thing. They can always just throw it on their side and then they don't have to ban it. So far we've got Lich and we've got Silencer in the pool, so we've got the Woo's team as Lich, and then we've got Devs United, which is BKB Haters team that has the Silencer.
Very exciting to see where they're going to go on these bans and picks. PA also getting knocked out over here. They don't want to get one shot.
No, I wouldn't want to get one shot either. It does a ridiculous amount of damage.
So isn't it true that like PA and Sniper, they see less win rates or less pick rates in like some of the higher MMR brackets?
Yeah, you don't see a lot of people picking PA and high MR brackets. Like in Immortal, generally there's like OD, there's like Shadow Fiend, there's things like that. There's things that really come to the late game and just take over the game.
Like from one tanky core to another. Primal Beast and Centaur War Runner. There are some meat shields on these teams, and then Architect.
On the Ursa, yeah. He's back swinging again. Primal Beast is actually a very big counter to Centaur, believe it or not, because if Primal gets the Zags, he can break Centaur.
I mean, I feel like any break on the Centaur is pretty good, especially when you have all these right clickers. Bloodseeker also coming in. There's the AA. Oh no!
Unreal.
Going into a Bloodseeker and a Centaur War Runner. That is not who you want to see.
And Invoker. Invoker has no regen now either. No lifesteal on Invoker anymore.
Very unfortunate. Going into that, they did not ban it. They did not respect it.
Nope. Lion? Alright, I guess they did with Lion last game. When
Puck is also out too. Well, it's also like, you remember game 1 that we were watching, right? The Lion that had the extra cast range. Like, you just can't high ground against it. And these guys are looking to take full advantage of their power spikes.
I also remember the Lion with me or Storm Spirit. That was being miserable to you.
Oh my god. What a fun hero. Stun, Hex, Mana Drain.
And just to top it off, right where you think you're going to get away, Finger for 1200 damage.
Yeah, what a fun game. I mean, I understand the necessity for heroes like Lion. He needs to be in the game. Just he doesn't need to be in my game.
Void has been banned, Lion's been banned, Puck's been banned, and so's Night Stalker. So Night Stalker is also very, very strong, but only at nighttime. It has very annoying silence. Puck has the highest mobility in the game by far. Faceless Void, just a really late game hero, not really an early game, and we're gonna see Clockwork.
That's the muy bueno pick right there. So wait. Who's mid? Is it Ursa mid?
Could be Ursa mid or could be Primal mid.
That's true. It could be a Primal mid. But, like, Primal mid going into this lineup here, is that really you want to go into with a melee hero into these picks?
I don't think they're gonna send Unreal's mid, so I think they're gonna either put the Architect middle or they're gonna put Primal mid or Moy.
I mean, they might put one of the less experienced players in the mid lane and then just focus off of winning the two off lane, the off lane and the safe lane.
Yeah, they could do that. Like if they, like I feel like if Ursa went with Lich, I feel like they would steamroll pretty quick. I feel like Clockwork should be going with Ancient Apparition because they have a double slow, and if Clockwork caught somebody, the Ancient Apparition can freeze them.
Ooh, the Ember Spirit.
Ember
Very good pick.
Ember Spirit is very good, but not so good against Primal, so we'll have to see how that matchup goes. Because you gotta think, Primal gains armor from being hit, so if Ember hits Primal or Primal gets like 2 levels on Ember, Ember could potentially go down just from the trample alone.
That is true. Primal Beast is a very strong hero in this matchup. We'll just have to see how it goes down. I am very excited. For once again, for those of you watching, if you want to get more of Tyler's opinions, feel free to join us in the Discord channel. We'd love to have you here. Tyler's going to be answering all your questions regarding the matchup while we're doing the live stream here. Tyler, thank you once again for joining us.
I will answer any question the viewers got.
Awesome. I appreciate it, Tyler. We'll see you after the game.
Sounds good.
Ooh, what do you think, Flam? That last little sneaky pick on the Ember Spirit there.
Yeah, I was surprised by it because I assumed the Invoker would be mid. So I'm curious where this Invoker is going. Ember surely is more likely to be mid than safe lane, but I could see it being see it going either way. I do think this is Primal mid. I think Primal is pretty strong against both Ember and Invoker. I think should have a pretty good lane. And the nice thing about Primal is he can get a 6, go roam around the map, provide a lot of tempo, and then while he's off rotating, one of these XP hungry heroes, the literally AA, can just soak the mid XP and get their little bit of farm and get up to their level 6, and then kind of rejoin back together for everyone having their ultis at a very early point for some strong team fights. So I like the Primal pick. I don't think there's a lot to shut it down if it is run mid. Once it gets BKB, you should have a pretty free game. But Ember, very good in this patch. Invoker, very good in this patch. We'll see if Invoker can find the Sunstrikes, unless it is support Invoker on one of the other facets, which would be a first for me. I've yet to watch that hero without the Agents of Galaron exhort-focused facet, so it could be cool.
I was playing earlier today, and there was a off-lane Invoker, and I was going up against a Sand King in the mid lane, and having Sunstrike, he maxed exhort. Sand King would dive in, stun me, and then the Sunstrike hit me in the mid lane, and there was nothing I could do about it. It's so like off lane or like support Invoker, like with the exhort max, I feel like, you know, this is not an immortal level lobby. You can get away with some of those greedy style plays to support from the other lanes.
For sure. Though I have to imagine this is an Invoker core. It didn't really look like there was another hero to take the core role from the Invoker. But either way, there's a pretty strong argument just to keep taking the Exhort facet. It's just so much damage with the Sunstrikes. As long as you have other stuns in your lane. The scaling on Invoker, he's sometimes lacks damage, but with this new facet, once you build the Ags, you get so many free points in Exhort. It just boosts the damage of all your abilities significantly. Those meatballs really hurt. They're quite
yes,
painful.
They do.
Solo kill. So.
Atos meatball. GG. Very miserable to go into. Now it looks like they're having some connection issues with one of the players trying to connect over here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Once again, wanted to thank our sponsors for this evening, Greenstep Logistics, as well as Wusong Gaming. They are offering a discount code for tonight's event, 10% off your first order with them. Just mention DTX in the order description, and they will go ahead and get that taken care of for you. I want to appreciate them for sponsoring tonight's event. And thank you all for spending your St. Patrick's Day weekend with us. Go ahead and have a drink on me. And one for Flam as well.
Could you get caffeine free, please?
Yes, caffeine free, alcohol free.
All except 3% or lower.
3% or lower. That's a beer, is what we call that.
I'm sorry, I don't know these advanced vocabularies.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll educate you in the long run. I'm sure.
It's really water in Germany, is basically, right?
So. No. Modern liquor here in the States is beer in Germany.
I will admit, I do like a good cider, despite me playing coy. So if you have one of those, toss them my way.
I do enjoy a good
toast.
Sam Adams cider.
Yeah.
So anyway,
good old St. Patty.
Looks like they are loading into the matches here. I'm very excited. Wait, van phase. Oh, sorry. They loaded it into turbo.
Okay, so this does look like Ember mid. BKB hater playing it.
Once again, our boy Unreal's on his AA.
Looking pretty nasty, and we also have Muy Bueno Clockwork. Is that right?
Oh, of course. Nobody else would take that from him. Maybe Bucky. Bucky might do it. We were playing a game with Bucky the other day, and he locked in Clockwork, and we kept calling him Muy Bueno throughout the whole match.
As one does. So both teams smoking out for the rune control.
Looks like they're going into the top rune as well over here. They could potentially have a little bit of an engagement. The wraparound coming top from the Radiant could potentially get a pick, but their tanky backline is out there. Unreal's just now waking up. Coming back in. Looks like they see BKB hater. But... Unreal's, is he going to try and go in there? Or is it just going to be two ships passing in the night?
They'll only get the one rune, so not
could be 3 runes. Looks like 3 runes for Dire. But that doesn't mean a whole lot. First Blood is worth just as much. Is this?
It does look like this is a support invoker. He has gone the Quas facet.
It is Clockwork mid.
What?
Gotta love Muy Bueno. Muy Bueno is gonna take his title tonight. He is in it to win it. He is putting his cores in their strong spots, and he is taking on the brutal raid boss in mid.
You know, this. I have played against Clockwork mid before. The really annoying thing about it is just the mana burn from the cogs. And Ember actually has some serious mana problems. I could see this kind of working out. You don't really want to dive Clock, but he also hasn't got any points. Oh,
First blood on the Invoker. See, I think this is what Muy Bueno's trying to do. He's not trying to win the lane. He's just trying to hold BKB hater back and trusting his cores to do the work for him. He's going to make the space in the early game by keeping BKB hater from snowballing.
Yeah, I could see that. The mana burn definitely slows down the hero because he cannot rotate without like almost a full mana pool in my experience.
Like, and it's still relatively even.
Sure.
Like, that's a lot of damage coming out. Even with the passive mana or the magic resistance, it's still a lot of damage going on to BKB hater. Clockwork having 4 last
double
hits.
Bracer build to
building up a lot of health.
He just wants to park in this lane and be impossible to kick out. Burn your mana, regen a ton. He's already bought a salve and more tangos. Yeah, so he's playing to keep occupying this lane and just not feed kills. There's the mana burn. He's gonna get a little mana still in there. Cool. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Ooh, Rips going in. Green Ganja taking a lot of damage. The Frost Shield's going out. Can potentially turn this up. Artie does not get silenced. Green Ganja doesn't know where to go. He's running back over. He does not have the move speed. He has a little bit of it, but he's also super low over here. Wusong and Artie just punishing this carry, making it to where he can't farm. Meanwhile, Ursa in the bottom lane with Unreals just completely taking over. Top 2 net worths. Look. Top 2 last hits. You have Artie and you have the Architect. He's doing his job mid. He is letting his cores take over the game. Mane could go down. One hit. Oh, and he bails out. He does bail out. Could potentially turn on car accident over here.
Yeah, gets a little greedy going for the last hit. Loses a lot of his HP advantage in the lane. So, gonna have to get some regen, get that back up.
Ooh, Moy is taking a lot of damage here. Could potentially turn this around. He does have 6. He does have hookshot. He could rotate and start getting some kills. BKB Hater does not even have his phase boots done.
Surprised he hasn't opted for Bottle on the mid clock. I still think Bottle's strong on any mid hero.
I don't think he can really contest. I don't think he can contest runes.
Yeah, I do wish he'd maxed more points in the cogs. I think it would have been cool. But he knows the hero. Maybe he's got something else in mind rather than just the mana harass.
He's maxing Flare over here, probably for the last hits.
Yeah, and Ember is winning this lane pretty handily in last hits and denies. Top lane, more action. That is a lot of damage with the Frost Shield.
Going down here bottom as well. Unfortunately, there's people with low health, so the Bloodseeker does have the move speed to really close this out. Could potentially turn back. Our car accident fragrance out of mana. Unreals does go down. Architect could close this out. He has the phase boots. Mana boots are coming in. He gets the invis off. Oh, Clockwork with the huge hit. Car accident is so low. If he shows, he goes. Clockwork looking for the pick over here. He does have the hook shot. Could very easily turn this fight. We go towards top. Ember coming in, getting a kill. Wusong is cornered. He is running. They don't see him just yet. They've gotten the vision on him now. Clockwork, so much damage. He does have the TP out. He can potentially get it. He gets rooted. Oh, no.
BKB Hater, despite the annoyance of Clockwork, finding this rotation, finding a double kill. Very nice. Now, also 30 last hits almost. So should be hitting his early timing soon. We should see Mage Slayer come out on him, most likely. And it does look like he's opting for that. He has his Orb of Corrosion as well, so the slow and DOT is going to be quite strong with this timing. No points in Flame Guard yet. He's opted to skip it and max.
He'll get so much damage off on Green Ganja. He does not have 6. There's so many damage. This could potentially go out 1 hit. He's 1 hit, but he's bleeding. Oh, no. Oh, no. It all went wrong. It all went horribly wrong. Green Ganja gets to walk away from that.
BKB Hater finds the back line. Oh, another double kill.
And this is where the bleeding starts on the Radiant.
Yeah, 1 to 6. Despite feeding the first blood on that Evoker, things have changed very quickly. We do have good last hits on the Tricore of the Radiant. It's not bad, but nobody's going to have quite the game impact that this Ember will. They don't really have the equivalent of the Ember to waltz around finding kills. It should have been the Primal, but he's just hit 6, and he's really not got anything built. No Blade Mill yet. Blade Mill will be quite nice against Ember once it's up. There's a lot of uncontrollable damage coming out from the Ember.
Muy Bueno in a bad position over here. His cogs expire. Car Accident Fragrance gets the stuns off. He's burning. He's slowing. He's probably going to go down. He does go down.
Your level advantage now on Ember over the clock. I think it's going to come down to Ursa again. Ursa getting that Battle Fury, getting to the late game farm.
They have been leaving him alone. And he's a lot further ahead in his Battle Fury this game than he was last game. Unfortunately, though, can he outrace BKB Hater? Oh, it looks like he's sure as hell going to try. Comes back in, gets the stun. He does have Flame Remnant. Ult goes out. He does not have his ult running. Can he get in there? He's got the wand charge. He's got ult. He's got phase boots. He's got something to do. Goes in with Muy Bueno, gets the stun off, gets the cogs. There's so much going out. They do have the cog damage. The ult comes out 1 hit, 2 hit, no. Unlucky bounces going back in on. Game on, and taking a lot of damage over here. He could potentially go down 1 stomp. He's done. Clockwork looking for the engagement over here. Is going to get silenced off. No, he does not. He has the armor buff. Here comes BKB Hater. He's throwing out the Remnant. He's teleporting back to base. He's ready to re-engage in this fight. He is healing up as fast as he can. He's got a full bottle. He can easily come back into this and start diving back in. $4K gold lead 3-8. Primal Beast coming back into the second top net worth slot.
Yeah, it was a nice counter rotation. They don't find the Everkill, but they do stop. They do stem the bleeding. Nice hook shot almost finds. Did they find the Invoker there? I think. Can't remember.
I don't believe the Invoker
they do lose
died
their
there.
tier 1 in the chaos, so gonna be harder to hold this mid area of the map. And now the Radiant are going to also lose their jungle. Smoke is up. They're gonna play some deep wards as they go here on the silencer.
They're looking
double
for the
sentry
kill on the
ward
Ursa.
technique does ensure, just in case the first sentry ward does not catch the vision. Makes it a little harder to de-ward there. You know, while top lane Gamja, this isn't really like the earlier Ursa game where there wasn't somebody else to farm. We do have a Maelstrom Bloodseeker who should be able to find farm at a similar pace, maybe slightly slower than the Battle Fury Ursa, and we'll be able to keep up for the late game.
Maddie, they are pushing this Ursa. They are looking for a pick. Ursa is really low. If they find him in this jungle, he is instantly dead. There's not a lot he can do.
They see him.
Oh no. Oh no, he's getting pinked. He's looking for a way out. Matt A has his ult and has the blink dagger. He gets the stun off and the tumble edge. He is gone.
Yeah, Architect forgot about Bloodseeker passive there. The Thirst showing him at low health. So I kill the enemy carry and a tier 1. Uh-oh, that's 9k net worth now at 9 minutes. 9 kills, 9 minutes, 9k net worth difference.
Bloodseeker
we are the Hurricane Dota right now.
We've entered the German version of Dota 2.
9999.
I wouldn't count Radiant out over here. We've seen Artie like pick some really good fights in here. Wusong out of position, out of time, double edge, and out of mana. He is gone. Matt A is looking for something to go in here. Artie, he's back here. He doesn't know what to do with it. He gets the 2. Can 2 go down? He's got it both. He got them both. Could he get the pick off on Game On? Game On is burning. He could potentially go down here. He's so low. He goes down.
That was a great initiation. If it weren't for the Silencer ulti, his ulti gets immediately canceled. The Pulverize ends almost before the first strike even comes out.
He is instantly shot down. Wusong probably going to go down with another kill. He says, I'm not afraid of you. Ready to engage and disengage.
7-0 on the Ember. Just absolutely unstoppable. And that's a lot of brain drain stacks going the way of the Silencer. This could be pretty painful for the likes of Ursa and Primal Beast. Both heroes that don't like losing their mana pools.
Maddie finishes up the Halberd over here. Easily shuts down the Ursa. Primal Beast in a bad position at a bad time. Blast goes out. Is it going to close out? He does. Oh, he's got him. He's got the Bloodseeker. The Bloodseeker solo. Is he going to go below the threshold? He's burning. He's gone. Huge pick off by Unreals. Clockwork in a bad spot. Takes out the Blade Mail. Goes down as well. Ursa looking for the engagement over here. He does have the Battle Fury. He does have the Blink Dagger. He's queuing up the Sage and Yasha. Try and get some status resistance so he can, have the health pool and have this ability to kind of shake off some of these stuns and slows. But I don't know if he's going to get it in time for it to matter. Did we lose audio? Oh, there you go.
I don't know. Sorry. I've just been finicky with some camera stuff. Yeah, the problem with you want the BKB on the primal, but even once that's up, you're gonna get silencer ulti to cancel your ulti. Ronald's kind of sad
Bolt
in this
coming
game.
back in. He could potentially go in on Muy Bueno up here. Silence goes out. Artie is blading. He is stuck. He is hemorrhaging in lane. Architect comes in for the double kill.
Nice rotation connection from the Ursa. They do find a kill on the AA trying to hold this tier 3, so they're losing their tier 3 to an Alacrity Ember Spirit right now. That's a little scary.
I don't
but
know.
no
I don't know if
Silencer
he can
ulti to
close
keep
it
him
out.
alive.
There was a teleport going for that tier 3 tower, or from the tier 3 tower, but the Fortify is enough to hold him off and send him back. They don't have the creep wave inertia. Muy Bueno already gets the pick off on him. Could they potentially follow up on this? Blade Mail goes out. Another great Ice Blast. Just barely misses. BKB Hater looking for the pick over here. Gets the root. Here comes the Architect. Taking so much damage. He does get silenced, but hey, he doesn't really matter. He had his ult running. It doesn't matter. Car Accident Fragrance looking really low over here. Muy Bueno could potentially get a pick off. Here's some bounces. Can he finish off Green Ganja? Green Ganja goes down. Muy Bueno's taking a lot of damage. Game On is also doing something. Look at these bounces. BKB Hater goes down. Mayday coming in for the picks. Can he get the double edge off? He can get 2 here. Maybe even 3. Here comes the Sunstrike. What a hit. Unreal's also out of time, out of health. Could potentially get stomped and down.
That's a full team wipe. You're very happy as the Centaur here. You are a big boy with a lot of kills. He's going to have his BKB now. He's got his Blink, his Halberd. He's everything he wants in this game. So even with the Ember Death, it does not matter. They're able to clean up quite a bit of favorable trades out of this fight. A lot of back and forth there. I think maybe some early spell usage from the Evoker missed, which probably resulted in the Ember dying. It's a little unfortunate. But in the end, their net worth advantage shows its head. And
ooh, Clockwork gets a pick off. Blade Mail's going out on the Silencer. Silencer ulti comes out. Blade Mail's doing so much. He's swinging into it, but Mad A's going to punish him for this initiation. He does get the blast coming in. Blade Mail is still on cooldown. Song may go down here. He has the armor. He has the armor. He has the Ice Blast. Oh, no. Double kill. Taking him on the back line. Artie is not in a good position to engage as he has the Blade Mail, but he's rooted. Gets the grip up, but is it going to be enough? Meatball coming out. Zips out of the position. Here comes BKB. Goes back in for the triple kill. He's Alacrity. He's going to take this tower. No, Architect's here. Architect is coming in. He's rooted. He's slowed. They're high-fiving. What a bunch of sportsmanship from these two. Architect is looking for the pick. He has 2 remnant charges. Oh, no, he gets the stun off. He gets the stun off, and he remnants out. What a slippery little bastard. You can't catch this guy.
He's out of mana,
they will.
The Lotus is given to him. It's going to let him escape.
Green Ganja might sacrifice himself to buy some time for the Ember Spirit. Wusong, almost misses. Just barely passes him. Could have gotten the Sinister Gaze off, but no, he teleports out.
Ember definitely pushing his luck there. Thankfully, the Lotus comes in to save him. So, very good presence of mind of the Bloodseeker. Do that.
Well, they've proven in the last fight, Ember is not a god. He can be killed. He does bleed.
Unlike Centaur, who is a god who cannot be killed. Except by AA
Bolt going out. Mad A going in for the stun. Immediately comes back in. A lot of good bounces. Game On goes down. Car Accident Fragrance getting out of there. Mad A is stuck in these cogs. He's running out of mana, but here comes BKB Hater. He gets the pick off. Could potentially take down Wusong. He's taking down Wusong. There's so much burning. He's frozen. He's stunned. He's got the cold feet. He's got the remnant going back and going forward again. Meanwhile, Architect is stuck. He does take Mad A down. Mad A is no longer a god. You do bleed.
His Ember Spirit dives in just when the fights always look like they're about to turn for the Radiant. Here comes Ember Spirit on the back lines with these Ags Remnants jumping all the way across the map, straight in, just murdering Wusong and AA. They need to find a way to hold this Ember in place. A Hex or a Silence or something, because he doesn't have any Dispel right now. But even with a full Cold Feet proc on him, they're not able to kill him in that time. So he just jumps out afterwards.
Car Accident getting very greedy with that initiation on half health on probably one of the biggest tanks on the enemy team.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's gone this Scholar of Korix build, but then he's maxing his other abilities before Quas. So still valuing the Meatball and the Sunstrike a little bit more than maybe the Crowd Control or the Stun or the Cold Snap.
Well,
in
he's
the ice field.
Italian.
Is he?
No, I don't know.
What does that mean?
He's got the meatballs.
No. Explain yourself.
The
How?
meatballs.
Explain the joke. Oh,
the
meatball. So it's the car accident. The car in the car accident is a Ferrari, is what you're saying.
I would believe so, given the nature of the joke we have set up.
Is the car accident fragrance of a meatball marinara?
We might be able
like?
to determine that answer at the end of this match based off of how it goes.
There's the Hex out on the Invoker, so that'll be yet another way to deal with the Ursa and stop the Pulverize. I don't think we've seen a full duration Pulverize this game.
They could get a hook shot out over here. Architect is here. They could potentially stun lock him and get into this fight. He gets the hook shot in, goes in. They do have the lock. It goes back out. He can't heal. They can easily kill him. They just need to put some damage on him. BKB going out on Green Ganja. Sunstrike coming in. Unreals is in a bad position. The BKB, that's the one person you don't want to fight into. Instantly flips this fight. He is going down. Here goes Wusong. He's down too. Another team wipe.
Yeah, without the Silence Ultimate in place, he just jumps out to his Remnants and he survives. It looks so good at the start. Like they have all the crowd control they need, but it doesn't mean anything without that Atos or that Silence. And it's just very quickly it turns into team wipe. This looks like GG pretty soon here. Level advantage stacking up, level 27 on the Ember now. He's 15-1. We have Shiva's done on the Centaur.
They did put up a really good fight.
On point, for sure.
They are opting for taking racks instead of trying to end. But they are taking
right
two sets of racks.
They're going to get 2 racks. Yeah. They'll probably reset after this and go to Roche. That's what I would do. At least.
Fortify is going
out. It's a painful
out.
game for the Primal. He's not able to hit a Pulverize timing just because anytime Silencer ulti is up, it gets ruined.
Unless he goes initially for the Silencer. Is that going to be a triple Ice Blast? Triple Ice Blast going in. Game On's down, deleted. Mane does not heal through this. He has his BKB running. Oh no, Muy Bueno instantly goes down. He doesn't have the ability to go through the chain. But car accident fragrance getting hit with the pip. Can they close it out? Unreals with the fastball from left field. But here comes BKB. He's threatening these backliners all game, and he's not going to stop now. Artie De La Puerta does have the BKB out. He's ignoring a lot of this damage. BKB haters, BKB has expired. Can he get the grip? He has the roar. He's 9 seconds away from the ult. Can they kite him long enough for Architect to come in here? He doesn't have the mana anymore. He can potentially go down. He's one hit. He's going down. He's down.
Yeah, bit of a misplay. Didn't respect the mana burn from the Lich pull. Takes away his last bit of mana, so he can't jump to his Remnant. That's a nice kill. That's a full counter team wipe. A lot of net worth change back towards the Radiant. They're still behind, 2 racks down, but it's not over for them yet. We've proven that when this Primal gets a full Pulverize off, actually they're able to win team fights. So if they can find a way to bait the Silencer ulti, and then engage once it's down, they know they don't have to deal with it, and actually use the crowd control of this Primal, suddenly their game plan comes together a lot more, and this Ember is a lot less safe. So I agree what you said. Either finding the Silencer at the beginning of the fight, or forcing out his ulti and then disengaging from the team fight, and then re-engaging once the silence is over with. That seems to be
Silencer's spotted. They're pinging. Ursa could very easily 1v1 the Silencer right now. Oh no. They're pinging. They know the Architect is there. The Sunstrike's going out. Architect needs to bail out right now. Oh no, he's got the Silence. He's got the Tornado. Gets the Pulverize off onto the Silencer. They can very easily close him out. He gets the 4-step out, but Unreals goes back in with the Ice Blast. Ganja is dealing so much damage to Architect, but Architect has the ult. Is he going to run him down? He has the Satanic to heal through it. Here comes the Remnant. Muy Bueno looking for the pickoff over here. Architect gets rooted. He's going in. Mane gets the stun off. He's down. He's down on Reels. It's just Unreals. Unreals does not want to fight into this, and BKB is going out on BKB Hater, unlike his name. Going in, gets him down. Clockwork is out of position, out of teammates, and out of time.
Yeah, so you end up trading both your supports for 1 support and 1 core. The Ursa Death there means that they get the Aegis, so... it was close either way. The Emperor coming in at the end as usual. It turns things in the favor of the Dire, and they walk away with Aegis, and now probably going to push through these tier 1 and tier 1 towers.
Oh no, right into Muy Bueno. Muy Bueno does have the Blade Mail coming out. Double Shiva's going out. Nobody's healing. Goes down anyway. Unfortunate.
He forgot to Blade Mail there.
Who? No. We don't blade mailed.
Did he? Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
no,
it's on
it was just
cooldown.
my spectating that was bugged.
Yeah, they both pop Shivas. They both pop. He popped blade mail. That is what we call a man fight, if there ever was one.
Ember Spirit opting for a Daedalus. Very interesting. We don't often see the Daedalus on the Ember Spirit anymore, but he's decided he wants to be one of the main physical damage dealers. Will be reduced by Frost Armor, so not 100% effective in this game, but of course he still has all the effects of his Flame Guard, his Shiva's Guard, the Mage Slayer debuff being placed on everyone.
Is there ever a point where he gets rid of this Mage Slayer this game, or is this probably just a permanent part of the arsenal right now?
It always is painful to give up your Mage Slayer on Ember, just because you get so much more utility out of the debuff than pretty much any other hero. He'll probably replace it.
He swapped out his butterfly for it.
He swapped out. Because he's taking less magical damage now. He's more scared of the Ursa at this point. So that's really the point, is where it's like, okay, am I dying to magic damage because I BKB? Or am I dying to Ursa's physical? You basically replace it with BKB later in the game, like in hyper late game scenarios.
Okay. It does look like Ursa does have the Abyssal Blade as well, so like being able to lock down through the BKB, he can really help secure these kills. Looks like Ursa does have the MKB queued up, seeing the butterfly now, completely changing what their build originally was.
Yeah, he won't have it in time though. And then he's got a lot of slot pressure once he gets it. Like,
I don't know. Unreal's is like their tier 5 tower with this AA over here. Here comes BKB Hater going in super greedy, trying to burn this Aegis as well. The silence goes out. Mad A coming in. Here comes the meatball. Holy moly. Unreal's is going to take all that damage. He does Yules to dodge most of it, but Mad A has the play out. He does get it off. Can the Ursa come in and close this out, though? AA buyback, going back in, punishing Mad A. He's going to die. Oh, no, he takes Mad A with him. It is a dieback. Architect going in the back line gets the Invoker down. It's a man fight. The battle of the carries. Can Architect close this out? He's got so much damage. There's so many stacks. He has the Abyssal Blade. He can close this out. Here comes the Sunstrike. He has the Abyssal Blade going down. He just needs a few seconds. He needs a few seconds. No! He has the buyback. Is he going to buy back to come into this fight while the stacks are still there? There's still a lot of time left on these Fury Swipes.
Yeah, he might have been able to take that 1v2.
Blinks in. Down he goes. But here comes Invoker. Potentially come back in. There's so much damage going out. He has the BKB on Ember Spirit. There's only one Rax left. They're losing towers. There's one Rax.
Ursa versus the world here, trying desperately to cling to this chance of victory, keep this last Rex alive. There still are the Fury Swipes on the Ember. He's got to be careful approaching here. With an Enrage and a BKB, he could just straight up die.
Here comes Muy Bueno. No, he doesn't. He misses the stun. Gets the Abyssal Blade. So many hits. Just a few more. The miss hits. So close.
If only he had that MKB now.
Going for the charge. He does get out, but the base is
their ancient is dying. No. Oh.
It's called Defense of the Ancients for a reason, guys. Oh, unfortunate. What a game.
Honestly, really clutch choice in the butterfly there at the Ember at the end. It's the difference between life or death. Like, if Ursa kills... If there's no butterfly and Ember, I think Ursa kills both the Ember and the Bloodseeker at that end bit. And then maybe if they force the buyback, there's a path to victory. But because of the butterfly, he's just not able to get through the evasion, and he gets kited too hard. What a performance from BKB Hater, as always. 21-2, 14 assists. And if we look at the hero damage, well ahead of anybody else. 49,000 hero damage. And tanked quite a bit too. 86,000 damage, 67.3% reduction.
We have been watching
the highest building damage of the game.
We have been watching this guy for quite a few games. I think it's time to get a few words out of them.
Sure.
2. Oh, hang on. I don't know if we have the audio yet.
Hi.
Give me 1 second, BKB. I don't know if we have your audio up.
Yeah, I have my audio up.
There we go. Now we have your audio on the stream. Congratulations, bud. What a game, dude. What a game.
Yeah, that's why I keep road game I team. The Radiant team played very well, so it was not
Absolutely.
easy, but we made it.
What were you
Yeah, there are definitely a
thinking
couple.
with the clockwork mid? Were you worried? Were you scared? Were you trying to just outpace it and start jumping into the other lanes to try and get some kills, or did you think it slowed you down?
Yeah, at first I was thinking actually is Clover Mate gonna be easy, but then I realized I can't kill him. He was so tanky, so I have to move around lanes to get some kills and scale up. I tried to dive him one time, but uh, uh, it was not working because he was so tanky hero. So
Yeah,
I have to
double
move
bracer,
top,
right?
bottom, and
For
try
the
to
mana
make
burn.
pressures on side lanes. I used to play before against Clockwork Mig as a strong hero. If you know how to works, is deal a lot of damage with his battery assault.
You have any thoughts on the Invoker pick in this game? I have not seen this facet or the support Invoker pretty much at all in this match. It's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah,
What's
I was surprised he asked me, can I play Invoker? I am really good Invoker player as position 4. And I was thinking, I don't know, but then I got off and his pick. He played very well actually. I think he could be
absolutely?
MVP of this game totally because he saved me a couple of times and
Yeah,
set up many kills.
and the catch potential from the ice wall and the tornado really comes together too to kind of enable you to do those big jumps back in once you've healed. And I don't know, it just felt like every team fight here, you were jumping in midway through, murdering the back line. What is even the answer to that Ember style of play with the Ags? Do you need to build roots? I mean, were you susceptible to silence, or
Yeah,
would you be just team through it?
I get the axe so I can go fast to back lane and kill the ancient apparition. That was the main goal of that item. And I think it worked pretty well. I got him all the time I could before he gets his Elvis sector, so I think so. That's why I
One
got the sector actually.
one last
Also,
question.
the Mega Slayer helped me a lot to survivability in the early game.
Yeah, so much magic damage coming out. There are a couple times where it was the difference between you dying to Chain Frost or not, especially with a magic damage buff. It's pretty painful, even on Ember. Uh, was there a specific plan with the silencer pick? It definitely had a huge impact stopping the pulverizes in that game. Was that sort of the intent, is to prevent those channeling ultis, or was it more of like a general start to a
No,
draft?
funny fact is was not intended to be that. He also asked me, okay, he banned my super shaman, so give me silencer, and I give his silencer, and we will see what happened. Ended up being a nice hero because he can cancel the channels from the primal beast actually and help it a lot.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for explaining, for answering the questions. Wonderful Ember performance, always a treat to see, and good luck in your next game.
Thank you all.
Very excited here. Like it has been a bloodbath tonight, to say the very least.
Yeah, we've had a mix of quicker games and quite long games. And I
So
think
that
this was
was
the first normal feeling game, where it felt like it could go either way.
even still, that was 67 kills in 25 minutes. That's over 2.5 kills per minute. A player was dying every 20 seconds in that game.
Ember
Is what
just
it
kept
felt like.
finding people. The low cooldown on the remnants with the axe, he just kept finding those kills. The Bloodseeker too, maybe we even paid enough attention to it, but I saw it come in and at least 2 team fights and just absolutely clean up. It was kind of the quiet pick at the back end here, but really enabling just a lot of movement around the map, a lot of aggression with that thirst, and of course with the Ember Spirit kind of starting things off, knowing his silencer and his Evoker will back him up.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at the standings right here. It looks like Forbidden and Moy sitting in the 2 wins bracket over here. Going into the final round, we have our pairings. Now, it's a little awkward because we only have 5 teams tonight, but it looks like it's going to be Clyde versus BKB. What? Why does it show that BKB is 1-1? Did they lose? They lost their first round. That's right. So BKB is in the lower bracket right now. So it's Forbidden and Moy that's sitting in the upper bracket. How interesting. I think
awesome.
that's the
That's
match
awesome
that
to
we
see.
are going to want to watch.
Absolutely.
Very excited to see this match. Now, once again, you know, we're talking about some of these cores like Architect, Wusong, Muy Bueno, and Unreals, and Arte de la Puerta. These are not like our 5K, 8K MMortals. A lot of these guys are like 2, 3K MMR. And like they have been doing very well with these synergies that they've been playing with each other.
Yeah, I think we've seen both of these captains show a lot of competence in the draft, pulling together plans that have a specific goal, have a specific win condition, and a window of victory. Muy Bueno also with these really innovative things like the clockwork mid, right? Understanding the weaknesses of the players in the draft and knowing sort of where to fill in those gaps. So even if they don't get that last win, it has a huge impact in the game. So really curious to see what they cook up against each other. See if these summons come out from Jono again. We saw that treat of an edge game earlier, so maybe we'll see something fun like Chen.
Absolutely. I mean, he was talking about some of his pet builds. You know, I'm very excited to see some more of this. So once again, while we have you all guys here, while we're going into the finals, I want to thank our sponsors one more time for this evening. Green Step Logistics, Wusong Gaming. You know, both of them are offering their 10% off on their orders. Like, look them up. You know, we'd love to support the companies that support this event. Flam, did you have anything that you were wanting to promote this evening?
Actually, no, I'm good, but thanks for asking. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. If you guys haven't, please take the time right now. If you can go ahead and like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. I know I've sounded like a broken record, but it looks like half of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So if you can go ahead and get that, it really gives us data on what you guys like, what you like seeing, and I'd love to share with all the new and up-and-coming things that we have planned coming down the pipeline here in the next few months. Oh, we need to get Tyler. Oh my goodness, I forgot Tyler. I am sorry, Tyler. I have gotten so caught up in production, I completely forgot you.
Last match was pretty chaotic.
Yes, it was.
I could tell Invoker was very annoying with all his EMP spamming and disarming the poor little Ursa.
Absolutely. Do you guys want to take the draft on this one?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to take care of some stuff in the background.
Ancient Apparition's gone.
Yeah, betting out Unreal's heroes.
Mirta's gone. That's for Forbidden.
Lots of targeted player-specific bans here, for sure. I wonder if they're going to miss sort of the Jono summons heroes. I'm not sure if they're aware. I'm not sure if they're aware of the Enchantress and Beastmaster and the like. Some of the stronger supports, Jakiro, Witch Doctor, Warlock, is still available in the pool.
Elder Titan.
And that last ban spent on Bucky's ET, so.
You sure, Flam, it wasn't you that banned Elder Titan?
Could have been. I certainly would ban it if I were playing against Bucky. Alright, there's the Witch Doctor. That's likely going to Gator.
Yeah, I would say Gator's Witch Doctor, yeah.
There's potential with a heal builds combined with the summons for some strong push timings. Also a little more likely just to go the Headhunter Cask build. Pretty reliable.
Probably Woo again.
I do like Lich against summons. The Frost Shield does prolong tower life quite a bit. It reduces the right-click damage on towers from everything, including the summons. So
you can also heal towers if you pick the 25 talent, which could help your structures.
Yeah, if they're able to make it that late, then it will certainly make it much more of an endeavor to break through the high ground of the Ancient with that heal every time the Frostover comes up.
Ursa's gone. They don't want to do it with the Architect.
Weaver is still in the pool, so that could be... They could ban some Weaver counters. Pick that for Arte de la Puerta.
Silencer has been banned as well. So far we got 2 supports being picked.
Okay, and there's our other support.
Jakiro, okay, so we got
Strong support duo for sure. Lich Jakiro.
Yeah.
Heavy on the frost. Lots of DOT going out. Earthshaker, interesting. This could be Earthshaker mid. It's where we see him most often. Potentially Forbidden Carrot playing it.
Earthshaker's very strong.
right.
Underlord, I feel like that is.
It's probably Bucky. I think that's Bucky in the offlane.
It's probably Bucky.
Or Sir A.
Yeah, could be. We'll have to see.
Some flex with Earthshaker. Another primal pick. Very interesting. I think Boy Bueno likes this hero. Or sorry, Arta de la Puerta plays it in the offlane. And with the silencer out of the picture, he'll actually get to have a game impact.
Got a Juggernaut pick.
I don't know if anybody plays it, but I feel like Morphling would be super strong as carry in this game. I quite like it against Juggernaut and Primal Beast. But a Ricky pick, interesting. This will be a one position Ricky most likely, though Forbidden could run at mid. I think he's done that before. A hero where the smoke cloud can really ruin Juggernaut's day. He can't manta out of that silence.
Nope.
And Ricky has lots of ways to dodge Omni Slash too with the tricks of the trade.
Yep. As long as he doesn't like get bashed or abyssal bladed or sheepstick, he's fine.
I'm feeling more like this is an Earthshaker 4 now, so I think we're waiting on a mid pick. This I think this is Ricky's safe lane.
That's what it looks
And
like.
a mid pick also for Muy Bueno's team. Viper potentially could have a nice day here. Bristleback is quite nice too. It's unusual as a mid, but they could swap it out and run Art to la Puerta on Primal mid and do Bristle offlane. I think Bristle does well in this game, quite well.
I think the Architect is going to be Juggernaut because that's one of his other picks that he likes to play.
Yeah, it seems quite likely.
The Architect is a carry player generally, so he'll play whatever carry.
Honestly, I wouldn't hate like a Zeus here as like a nuker mid. Strong percent damage.
Zeus would also be good to deal with Ricky.
Too bad out the Tinker. Having some PTSD from last week. Catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, Viper is banned. So there's Quap, just kind of that's Forbidden playing a very comfort hero.
And Night Stalker.
Yeah. So is this the Night Stalker offlane, and they will run the Primal mid, most likely. Night Stalker very strong in this patch. He gets a free point in Hunter the Night with his Night Rain facet. And a lot of heroes, like the Quap and the Witch Doctor, even the Ricky, really do not like dealing with this AoE silence and the Night Stalker, so it's a pretty smart pick. I quite like it. I hope to see a Blink Dagger on it, just blinking in with the Crippling Fear going on, and just finding these easy kills on Quap and Ricky.
Yeah, Night Stalker is very annoying if he just like silences you and just stays on top of you and just makes your life as miserable as possible.
I do see the argument that this could be a Night Stalker mid. In Turbo, it seems pretty relevant to get that early 6.
Yeah, I've seen Night Stalker mid. He's good at ganking. He has decent potential in the mid lane. He does good damage.
He regens pretty well through Quap's Harass too. With the bonus HP regen during nighttime, which it will be nighttime during the first 5 minutes if he is mid, and running the Night Rain facet. So we'll see. Do wonder what Jono is playing here.
But I would like to point out that all of the players in here, none of them are immortals, and these guys are in the finals. These are just players like in the 2 to 4k MMR average that have been playing very well in very well synergized teams and have carried themselves all the way to the final rounds.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting to see. To see some the typical giants fall to good coordination into like strong tricore drafts. It's pretty pleasing to me, especially to see Muy Bueno up here. I love the picks we're seeing. It does feel fresh in a lot of ways.
Instead of them just banning the mid players and cutting out core players' builds,
Yeah, it's
You
nice.
know,
I don't think we've seen Night Stalker picked too often as well
No,
here.
we don't
So
see Night Stalker pick too much. No.
no,
even
very
Quap is
rarely.
kind of rare, to be honest. Unless I'm playing, and then she gets picked a lot. But that's on me.
So, well, anyway, Ty, thanks for joining us for the draft. We'll chat with you after the game, bud. Thank you once again for joining us.
Sounds good.
What a draft, though. Very excited to see this, though. Once again, you know, I said this once, I'll say it twice, I say it again. Teamwork beats tryhards every day of the week. You know, it's very nice to some of these people that, like, when you know your team is like, hey, there's an immortal we're going up against, and then you focus them down and separate them from their team. And like we see like the output of that. It's put both of these players against each other in the finals. You know, one of them is completely undefeated with a bye, and the other one only has one loss. So it's like you're going in very, very strong into these two juggernaut teams of very good coordination. I'm very excited to see some of the team fights to come from this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like smoke is going out on Dire over here. Nothing on the Radiant. They want to pick this fight. Underlord on Jono though, so not one of his pet builds. That is a little unfortunate. I was excited to see a Chen in the game.
Well, Demon's Reach is a bit of a summoner ability, believe it or not. So.
Oh, the
Or wait, no,
Necronomicons.
that's the wrong one.
Uh,
He's gone the non-summoning one. What a liar! Says he's a summon hero and then builds a non-summoning facet.
I think you could tell you what you can use our one F word to appropriately describe him in this case if you would like.
He's a fucking coward, is what he is. Absolutely.
I think that was worth it.
So it is a Night Stalker mid, it looks like. After all, Muy Bueno
Lord, he
running
does
Night Stalker
snag
mid.
that bounty.
Nice, nice.
So this is
kind
Muy
of-
Bueno on his signature. He loves Night Stalker.
Really?
Yes.
I wasn't familiar. I don't think I've seen him play Night Stalker super often. I love Night Stalker in this patch. But normally I play him in the off lane, and he's being played as a 4 sometimes too.
He normally plays him in position 1 because Moy usually, like when we have a lot more teams, we have like higher captains, and he's usually just one of the higher ranked players on the team. With him being a captain, he's playing to his strengths, right? So he knows how strong Night Stalker is in this patch right now, and he's taking full advantage of it. You know, he normally plays this in the pause 1 when we have someone like BKB or A Carrot or Nox taking the mid lane, and now he just kind of gets to cut loose on these fights and really lets the fireworks fly.
It's like Jono is gearing up to be a pretty big winner out of the lane phase. Juggernaut gonna struggle against this Atrophy Aura, for sure. I'm already falling behind in last hits.
The Wusong
Likewise,
dewarding.
Ricky having a easy time.
Maledict is going out. Gator could very easily punish Artie for trying to be this aggressive this early. Maledict is not something you want to be under as a tank. Unreal's on Jakiro, though. A fan favorite from previous nights and previous games that we've seen with him. Walks right into that. Oh, gets the coconut. It's a bait. It's a bait. Artie could go down for this. Goes sliced and diced. Unreal's could also go for this, too. He has the blink, he has the spin, he could very easily dodge right out and in front of Unreal's if he throws the frost. There he goes! That's a double kill for the Ricky!
Nice play from the Ricky. They do also find the kill. Forbidden Carrot gets first blood on Night Stalker in the mid lane, despite a support rotation in. So not the best starts if you're the Night Stalker, unfortunately, but Quap is sure happy and going to use that first blood gold to get her treads up quick. Pulls her bottle and should lane dominate even more with 3 points in dagger. She is looking to stomp this Night Stalker. She wants to make him suffer. And with him losing the nighttime in 2 minutes, he's probably not going to be super happy. He really can't farm this lane with Quap having that many points in dagger. Of course, double bracer will provide a lot of regen to help counter it. If that ends up being his final choice, maybe I'll get
The Ricky is level 5, though, could very easily flip this in favor for Radiant, even with oh, I'm sorry. It's putting them in a very positive spin, especially with the Quap winning the lane. Unreal's takes a swipe here. They don't have another Blink Strike. He is out of pops, but he is going to go down. There's no creep wave to absorb some of those spins. Instantly going down.
The Orb of Corrosion on the Ricky doing a lot of work, helping find these kills. An interesting choice to re-engage from the Primal. He senses weakness to the Witch Doctor, but it's not quite enough damage. He doesn't have that move speed yet for the multiple procs of the Trample. Meanwhile, top lane, Juggernaut has pulled ahead in last hits, so he's at 14. Looks like some lane control is going out as well. It's relatively even here. There's a dual melee
gets the
lane.
pull on Bucky. Bucky's taking a lot of damage. They have the root over there, but Bucky's taking a full Juggernaut spin. Could potentially go down for this. He is. Juno is also in a bad position over here. Architect is getting some free slaps in. Wusong has the slow. They're sitting in Atrophy Aura, though, taking a lot of damage from the pit or from the Malice, but they do get the kill and he gets to walk away.
And we'll solve right back up, so we'll be back to full strength before long. Pretty happy with that kill. That spin looking pretty good against Pit of Malice, and of course the Earthshaker not able to stun through it either. Not until he has his ulti.
Oh no, AA is going on. Already has the yell out. He does have the blink strike, potentially do a lot of damage here. Here comes Night Stalker. Muy Bueno's in. Gator is low. He's looking for the pick here. He can dive him. It's nighttime. Pop goes the Weasel. In goes. Here comes Forbidden Carrot. Very easily can get the pick on Unreals right here. He does have low health. He has no mana. Two very good blinking targets. Oh no, Artie's gonna go in. Oh, so much damage onto him. He doesn't have the chance to get out of there. Trample is going back in. Forbidden Carrot can be easily punished. Gets the scream off. Goes in. Gets the pips. Muy Bueno could go down here. He does. He does go down. How unfortunate. Forbidden Carrot coming back in. Committing verbal murder in the major third degree.
Yeah, so a nice rotation from Quap. Finds 3 kills in the bottom lane. Night Stalker unfortunately dies. Started pretty okay getting the Witch Doctor kill, but they overstay their welcome with a recharge in by the Primal. He really needs to 6 badly to win these fights. If he has Polarized there, they find the second kill on the Quap potentially. I don't know. It's really nice edge. Night Stalker is gonna be losing nighttime in 5 seconds here and gonna have to play pretty passively. So even more room.
Forbidden Carrot gets caught in the silence. So much damage coming out. He is silenced. They're burning, turning and burning. Can they flip it out?
One more hit.
Oh, he's down.
Yeah, a straight feed from Forbidden Carrot. Unfortunately, blinks into the duo, and despite it being daytime, he dies to the. And Jakiro just does so much damage now. You have to respect that hero. The burn with the frost.
Yeah, well, I mean,
increasing the damage of the dual breath is a lot.
Flow Rider once said, "It's going down on Reels."
Yeah, that's absolutely. Please continue that thought. I'm curious to see where you're going with that.
No, it's just it's going down on Reels. That was the extent of that thought. There is nothing. You forget. I'm only 4K MMR. My thoughts are only what is in front of me. Beyond that, I have no late game concepts. What's that scene from?
I'm 6K MMR. I don't know culture. I've been in my basement my whole life.
I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do if I actually caught one.
Wow, that is a good Joker impression, man. That is terrifying. That's pretty. That's pretty solid.
That's the problem with impressions. If you're too good at them, Wusong blipping out. If Queen of Pain screamed, they very could have possibly killed Wusong there before he even finished the TP. Oh no, Artie Lapierta goes in, gets burned, double kill. Is he going to get the triple kill? The revenge coming in. Here comes the teleport coming in from Underlord. Also coming in Juggernaut. This can very easily flip in the other direction from overextension. He doesn't have the ult. Muy Bueno using the ground to the advantage.
Oh.
Unlucky bounces. How unfortunate. Oh no.
And now
Moy does have the advantage here. They don't have the yell. They don't have the scream. But Moy it's daytime. He is not looking for these shadows too well. Oh my god. What a chain frost. What a bounce. Oh no. It went to the
That is incredibly unlucky.
Oh no. Oh, they still get the kills off. Still a lot of damage from Chain Frost over there.
Primal looked like such a strong hero. The damage to the trample on all the AoE. Just an overextension trying to find this Night Stalker kill. Forbidden jumping in a little too far past tier 1. Kind of dooms his team to this overcommitment. Really unfortunate. So now Night Stalker's got a lot of kill participation he didn't have before. And things are back to pretty even. 10 to 10. Juggernaut farming now too. Quite far ahead.
This is what we want to see in the finals right here. 10 to 10, fights going one way and then the other. Like, let me look at the graphs. Oh my goodness, look at this. The only thing moving up and down more than this is my heart rate right now.
Yeah, well said. Me as well. And just seeing things like this Ricky really pop off, but at the same time the Primal like being able to counter it. It's just so cool to see these different hero power spikes in play. It's surprising they found this win during the daytime, you know, only with a Night Stalker ulti to work with for nighttime. I think this next night might be really painful for Queen of Pain. I think she might find herself dying again.
Forbidden Karen getting the pick over here. He is barely silenced right now. Muy Bueno's going to teleport out. He gets a scream. Is it going to be enough? Dies in the fountain. How upsetting.
And gonna blink to safety into the trees. Well played by Forbidden. Finding that pick on the very tanky Night Stalker is not enough to deal with Masochist Quap. Oh, sorry, she went the Succubus route. Interesting.
You got to remember, this is not the Immortal bracket.
No. Well, that's a lot of spell life still she'll be getting.
I think the lobby average is like 3K. Or actually, technically, 2,800 is the lobby average.
Well, that last team fight didn't really look like a 2,800 lobby average.
Yeah, well,
really nice execution.
These guys are really punching up. Well, that's us in DTX.
And Ag's done on the Ricky, so this is a huge power spike for him. He's going to be hunting, no doubt. Looking for this Quap in particular. They do pop a nice ulti and find
go down,
Unreals.
gets the slam into the fire, denies Unreals.
And there's a Quap, first Quap death. Hashtag worth for sure.
Unreal sitting.
Nice Stalker eating good tonight. Eating good tonight.
Unreal's in the chat.
The
hey, man, why'd you hit me? I was out. Oh, gets the dust. Could he close it out here? No, the smoke. He can't engage. It's a man fight. Wusong with the extra layer of death to make sure he doesn't get out. Gets the slow. Gets the stun. Gets the grip. Wusong's hitting him. Right clicking. Can they close it out? Artie comes in with the slam. Bam. Thank you, ma'am. Oh no.
We're starting. No. No.
Peter, what have you done? You've doomed your team. No. Oh no. Bucky comes back in. Could potentially continue the chain for us. Oh, what a miss on Forbidden Carrot. Moy. No, he doesn't get the denial. Wusong's right clicking. That felt more like a 3K MMR fight, though.
That looks a little closer for sure. Yeah. Quap ulti whiff combo into triple kill. Good.
So good. With the unofficial motto of DTX is we play often, not well.
We do have Blink Tiger up on the Earthshaker now. Really nice Fisher in that fight. Keeps the Ricky alive. And of course the Echo Slam underneath the tier 2. Also finding those kills on the Night Stalker. Despite Witch Doctor doing their best to walk in and enable the Chain Frost, it's not quite the burst damage they needed. They just have enough HP to live through it.
I mean, it was the burst damage that the Dire needed. Ooh, gets the grip off. Artie's looking for the stomp. Here comes out the ult. Wusong's taking a lot of damage, gets hit with another coconut. Unreals is doing some damage. He's got the frost. Architect coming in with all this free farm. Gets the ult off. He's down. They're looking for the pick on Bucky. Muy Bueno's running him down. Bucky does get the blink out. They're circling back in on the Riki. Oh, blink goes out on Forbidden Carrot, but he's slowed in silence. Can he get out of there in time? Bucky with the fissure. There's a silence going out. Can he blink? Silence. Yes. He does get out. He's running. Oh,
Nice Sucker's ulti to find now.
He's getting the teleport. No, he's down.
This is a hard game for the Quap during nighttime. She needs a BKB in order to survive this Night Stalker.
Once again, we are 12 minutes in. 16 to 16. 2K gold difference.
Oh, and this is a dead Witch Doctor for sure. The Harpoon. Oof. Painful game to be a support. Really nice place in the Witch Doctor on the last fight. The cask and the ulti at the start. Dealing significant damage, but ultimately the connection isn't quite there. The Underlord gets chomped down by the Juggernaut.
These supports need their Force Staffs and Yule Scepters to get away from the Night Stalker, or at least disable him long enough for the team to come in and circle on him.
Primal will be finishing Ag shortly here. So it does have Ag's Gleipnir up. That provides massive AoE. He can double Pit of Malice in the fights, hold people in place for the Witch Doctor and the Earthshaker. Kind of a cool combo. Could be really brutal once the timing's online. They are going to find Earthshaker.
The slam instantly ends it. Scream going out. Maledict is on Artie. He could take a lot of damage here. Hitlord way overextended over here, trying to get a slow. Moy gets the pickoff over here. Maledict is over, circling back in on Quap. He could very easily turn this fight. Hit up Malice is going out. Dust is there. He has the scream. He has the Dagon. Another wonderful ult going out by Wusong. The Chain Frost doing so much damage. Takes one down. Artie's got Maledicted again. They can very easily close him out. He's teleporting. Can they get that last bit of damage? No, it looks like he's going to be able to get out of there. They do trade 2 cores for a carry.
The Healing Ward's a very nice answer to the Maledict. Just keeping people alive towards the tail end of these fights. Kind of a neat thing. People maybe undervalue the impact of Healing Ward on Juggernaut, one of the stronger and more unique facets of the hero. Or I shouldn't say facet now, since that's an actual game mechanic, but one of the unique traits of the hero, having this strong team fight push sustain option. Yeah, Underlord, not tanky enough to deal with the Primal Beast.
Wusong goes down. Unreals does have the path going out. They do see Sir AA, but it looks like Unreals is going to get picked off by Forbidden Carrot over here. He does have the Yules to break out of it. There's not going to be able to silence him. Can the Juggernaut close this out? Bucky with the slam! Artie up here to does get the grip off on Forbidden Carrot, but there is so much damage. He's rooted. He's got the blade mail out. There's another root. He's got nothing. He's going nowhere.
21-19, 1K net worth difference. After just losing a fight, the Radiant come back and immediately counter wipe. They really need to fight around this Night Stalker more. You can really feel how, I don't know, they're just lingering a little too long in parts of the map. Not respecting this Riki with the damage with the Diffusal and holding people in place under Cloud, with the Underlord follow-up, Quap's damage, and of course the Psycho Slam doing work, killing both the Juggernaut and the Jakiro in that case.
I really love Bucky's Earthshaker. Like the fissures, the Echo Slams, he has been like timing this game so well.
Yeah, now we see looking for the Crimson Guard coming out.
They do have the ult. BKB is out, gets the grip off on the tank. They're holding him back. He's got the stop. Juno has so much move speed, is able to get out of there. Looking for Sir AA over here on the back line. One's going down on the Witch Doctor. What is he doing that far back? They can very well close this out if they pick one off, but it looks like the Radiant's going to retreat back into the jungle.
Yeah, nice to Skidge, only losing your support Witch Doctor, not so bad. So
once again, it looks like
mid.
I see your double Sentry Ward and raise you a triple Sentry Ward in the Radiant jungle.
It's better safe than sorry. Look, if the enemy... You really don't want this Riki, you know? You don't want this Riki to surprise you. What if they try and D-ward during the fight in here? You want that 3rd Sentry Ward just to make sure. I mean, that's 6 auto attacks, right? That's a lot. That's a tall order. They will take the Aegis off of this one Witch Doctor kill. Juggernaut now with an Aegis. Blink Dagger, Mjolnir, Axe. He's very strong right now, level 20 as well. Not quite as strong maybe as a Quap in levels. She's about to hit 25 after a couple jungle camps. And she'll have her Sonic Wave damage talents, or the Blink one if she chooses to lose the game.
Why do you say that? For those in my skill bracket, like why do you pick the other 25 talent versus the first one?
I might be overselling the difference in quality of the talents. You really need that extra bit of burst, especially if you're going this spell steal build. Like it's your tankiness too. You already have such a low cooldown on your ulti. You don't need that 2-second cooldown.
Scream goes down. Holy moly, that's a lot of R's pressed on Muy Bueno.
Basically, anytime you go the minus 45-second Sonic Wave cooldown, or you could blink it and immediately perish. That is also an option.
That is always an option, fellas.
The
Gator
45
goes down too.
Okay, this should not have happened like this.
Get out of there! Get down, Mr. President! Wusong with the solo ulti.
So the real reason you don't go the blink talent on Quap is because it enables you to blink into the enemy team and immediately die more often, and that's not good for your team. It does result in lost games.
Can you elaborate why it's not good for the team?
Well, if your name is Forbidden Carrot, it can be bad for morale after your 5th death in a row from blinking too far forwards, or blinking right on top of yourself, which I definitely have not also done by accidentally double tapping. But anyways,
double
you double the Sonic Wave. You double the Sonic Wave talents. That's the summary. I'll stop bullying Forbidden now. Sorry, Forbidden.
No, bully him more. He needs it.
He'll just like it, though.
I know. Weird guy.
It's hard. It's hard with him.
Great Queen of Pain. Weird player. So, for those of you watching as well, we are going to be hosting some overthrow games later on this evening. Feel free to join us in the Discord server. We'd love to have you in. We do a couple of 2v2s, a couple of solo games. As long as you don't ban Sniper, you're allowed.
Also, building Witchblade on Sniper banned.
Building Witchblade on Sniper is so good. Spoon has confirmed just how powerful this build is. Artie going in, grabbing that Witch Doctor, immediately gets silenced by Sir AA, punished for his hubris, but Gator still goes down. Goes in. Oh no, he's going through. He went through the portal. Wait, what is he doing all the way over here? Why did he portal all the way to bottom lane?
He probably just misclicked to try to click the minimap.
That's true.
It's easier to do. Yeah. But once again, starting the fight with Quap being caught out of position and dying, and now that's a Rax sound. This 2 Rax is out.
Oh, gets the grip off Juno. Once again, Sir AA completely invalidating Artie's purpose in life with one press of a button. Oh, man, look at that. Look at Juno eat that whole jug ult to the face, and it still takes 2 more. Artie could go down. He has a blink strike. 1 hit. Get him, AA. AA's running away. Boy Blato's looking for the pick over here. He doesn't have the harpoon up for another 5 seconds, so it looks like he's going to walk. But it looks like they're going to get mega creeps. They still have Aegis on Jug for another 15 seconds. Is he going to burn it or turn it?
This is the part of the game where champions are made if you can hold the mega creeps and win. It is nighttime now, though. Night Stalker's even stronger. 29k net worth difference.
Earthshaker's up. He has his ult. Earthshaker can turn this in a moment. Where's Bucky? Double kill.
All right.
Oh, no.
Pretty good.
No.
I won't count that as a triple kill. Kills the Ricky as well.
Yes.
But that is a full wipe. They protect their ancient. And now you do have an Underlord and a Quap who are both very good at defending against the mega creeps, especially Quap with his axe. Is able to hold off the creeps pretty well. The Dagon can kill the siege creep.
That is true. It can also kill the Nature Prophet's Trents very easily. One of the biggest counters to Nature's Prophet is a Dagon on your cores.
Yes, absolutely. Fortunately, no Nature's Prophet in this
kills.
game. Stealing kills. Bucket of Fish is watching this broadcast, so do not give him too many ideas. But
no, Bucket of Fish uses phylactery to
phylactery, right? Yeah, you're right. My bad. Phylactery, yeah. The Echo Slams have been pretty satisfying this game.
Always going in, always bullying this poor Underlord over here. Underlord immediately grabs the Pit of Malice and is like, leave me alone. More of a show of force and psychological damage than an actual attempt to kill. Punishing him for extending beyond his boundaries.
I'm curious if they actually do have the damage to push through and win this.
They have the Witch Doctor for the defense.
The Witch Doctor is not great on defense. It's more supposed to be the Underlord because he can stay back and then Fiend skate in. That's kind of the recipe I see. But they're gonna have to deal with the Aegis, and Juggernaut can just spin and hit buildings. And they got Night Stalker dive in their back lines. It's gonna be rough, but they've done it once. If they can clear it again, then they have a chance for sure. They have a big shot. Butterfly also now up on the Ricky as well as a BKB. So he's dealing quite a bit of damage. Tricks the trade hitting multiple people inside of its AoE.
I wish there was a way we could calculate. I wish there was a way we could calculate how much time someone has had the Aegis in a game. Because I feel like Juggernaut has had it more times than not having it.
I think he's had it approximately 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That was only the second Aegis, right?
I thought it was the third. And most of the games are blurry together. Here they go. They're going in. The ults are going out. Forbidden is yielding out of it. But there is so much damage. The Chain Frost is just cleaning it up. Bucky going in with the ult, but he's right in the macro pyre. Forbidden Carrot looking for the picks. He's going down fighting. Here comes AA. He's going to go. But the Ancient is down. GG. What a game!
Excellent performance from
What a game by
and
Muy
Architects
Bueno.
carrying on the Juggernaut. So it's this unique Ricky Underlord pick. I can see the combo, the thought behind the AoE coverage, but they don't quite win their lanes hard enough, and this Juggernaut just really punishes them. And I have to say, it is nice to see Primal Beast actually be able to get off ultis. Felt very high impact this game. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also kind of just blaming Forbidden right now. I don't want to target individual players too much, but you could really feel the tempo of the game shift when Forbidden started dying a lot with over aggressive blinks, kind of overestimating his survivability.
I want to bring Muy Bueno up here. I want to bring Muy Bueno up here and just hear from their story from rags to riches this evening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Muy, how's it going, bud?
Oh, hey. How's it going, guys?
What a play tonight. I believe that makes you guys were undefeated this evening?
We lost to who did we lose to? To Gomex's Ember.
Okay.
So we were 3-1 for the night.
Still, absolutely impressive performance considering, there's no immortal players in that game.
I know.
Like going up into the top winners bracket. Like, that was such an exciting game to watch, too.
Yeah, oh, good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, our team comp everybody's roles fit really well. That our matches, so it worked out really well for us.
Were you worried about the Queen of Pain in the mid lane when you were going into Forbidden, Carrot?
Yes, I was. But I had a feeling that my other teammates were able to help carry me a little bit through the early into the mid game, and then once we grouped up as 5, our team fight was pretty strong.
On the Night Stalker, normally we're not seeing that hero mid these days, but you seem to run it mid. You like these tanky heroes in the mid lane when you don't have a player who occupies that normal mid hero pool. Did you adjust your build at all to compensate for playing for the mid lane, or did you just build your typical Night Stalker? I see you favor the Harpoon Rush, right?
Yeah, I'll usually do just to be a little tankier, especially when getting matched up against higher level players. I feel that I have to play more beefy heroes. It just minimizes the punishment that they put out on me. So the tankier heroes are definitely my comfort picks.
I noticed that
congratulations.
Thank you.
Despite it being daytime, quite often, in your one team fights, I just noticed that you won team fights despite it being daytime. So were you calling for your team to back or chill more during those daytime periods, or did you really feel that your other teammates were strong enough to compensate for Night Stalker being so reliant on ulti for those fights, especially around the bottom tier 1? It seems like you guys were in that part of the map forever.
Yeah, I did. I definitely didn't feel strong, but we had some good momentum going, so we just kind of worked around it being daytime. So the team was doing pretty well. We had Primal for initiations, so it didn't necessarily have to be me running in there first, and then I could just kind of run around and kind of try to position myself where I could make the most of the daytime.
You killed Quap 6 of her 7 deaths that game. Were you specifically targeting Forbidden after the laning phase?
Oh, that feels good, because I felt like I got picked on in the early game against Forbidden. He definitely...
He got the first blood on you, right?
Yeah, he got the first blood on me, and that Quap slow is just nasty, especially on a melee hero. So I was crawling. I was trying to get last hits. I was just crawling up to those.
Were you trying to target Forbidden, though, in the later fights? Was that sort of your job on the team?
Later on, it was Witch Doctor and Forbidden were my targets, just because of the natural silence. And earlier in the game, he did not have BKB.
Right, so you really struggled against
that. So I was really able to maximize during the mid game.
Well, awesome. A great performance. Nice to see your team plan come together. Good job, both to Architect, Art Laporta, and yourself. And, of course, your support's reliable as always. Congrats on the wins, and thanks for letting us cast you tonight.
Boy,
I
before we
appreciate it.
let you go, we have the chat is asking, who do you consider to be the MVP on your team?
Team effort.
Absolutely.
Everyone was flexible. You know, we ran a similar comp most of our games, and we're just, you know, if anyone was feeling like they wanted to change it up, we're all, you know, we listened to each other, so it was good.
Well, congratulations. It looks like you guys take it down 3-1, first place tonight. Congratulations to you guys on the team. You know, great job, Wusong. Great job, Moy. Great job, Unreals. You know, Architect could have been a little bit better. But Artie De La Puerta, as always, we love seeing your core plays. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Feel free to join us in the DTX server. We are going to get some overthrow games going if you don't have work tomorrow, or if you're still waiting for the Dizzies to stop from your St. Patty's Day celebrations. We'd still love to get some games with you. Thank you all once again. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.